I love that you were like, the whole debate. Like, do we mute or unmute? And then nobody talks when you're like, I'm just gonna unmute. They can hear us.
Yeah, but that's
Then
that's
there's
the question, right?
30 seconds of silence.
Like, you want to be lazy, we'll be lazy with you.
Yeah.
The
Right,
sound of silence.
I was waiting for you to kick off the show, Luke. I thought you had some
Yeah, some
kind
good
of like
speech.
It's
you
not
need a
ice.
catchphrase.
Catchphrase! Welcome to the wonderful world of Wonderland Streams. Actually, I don't even use that title.
You
That's
should
a
record
really
that.
good one. Welcome to the wonderful world of Wonderland. Man, bars.
Bars.
All
You
right,
need like a
here,
little button you just
all
press.
right, well,
and
hold on.
that
We'll try again then.
Um,
Welcome to the wonderful world of Wonderland. And on today's episode, we are going to be doing ICL in the morning. And on today's... Man, I messed that up. Oh, so close.
It was so good. Why
On
don't you
today's
put on an
episode, we are
NPR
joined
voice?
by
It's in the
Brent Mukai, Franz the Travis Tavern, and Fumbles,
damn,
and
everybody
your
else had a cool
host,
intro name.
Wonderland. You might
What
know
did
him
you
from
want,
such things
Fumbles?
as
I don't
My
know,
name is
dude.
Wonderland, not Vonderland.
Wunderland.
Humbles.
Wonderland. Vivander.
It's like the slight negative of having your name be Fumbles.
I
What?
liked that 3-2-1. It looked like
Dude, the 3-2-1's fire.
that
That's
was
great.
fine. Yeah, it looked like it was about
Canvas
to cut to
special.
some esports.
Yeah, that's probably what I took it from, was an esports thing.
ICL brought to you by Luke's TCG player account.
Yeah, for real, literally. You wanna help the store? You wanna help the stream out? Use that affiliate link when you buy from TCG Player. That's what this is up here. I'm pretty sure that's like I shop through my own affiliate link because
That is so funny.
I figured like worst case scenario, no one uses it, but I use it, so I get myself cash back, right? Like.
Yeah. Oh, I need to sign up for that.
I'd say like everyone should get one, but you actually have to apply for it. All right, we're gonna play this game. I used to play this with my friends I hang out with all the time on Discord, and it is you have to guess what beverage this is based on this right here.
Okay, I got it.
All right, what's your guesses? I
Coors
want to
Light.
drink it.
No, of course not. That'd be sweet though. Brewski with the boys at
Brewskis
it's
in the
11.
morning.
Yeah, it's already 11 a.m., dude. Fumbles, it's drinking time.
Does Luke
dude.
catch me as like a Celsius guy? Because that sounded pretty Celsius-y.
Ooh, Celsius is a lighter crack.
That was
Definitely
not a
some-
Celsius.
It's definitely some pop. Soda pop.
Yeah,
A
I
sody
agree
poppy?
with that. Diet Coke.
Ooh, I was gonna go Diet Pepsi.
Nope on both. First of all,
Coke
I'll tell you
Zero?
right now, I don't drink Pepsi.
Oof.
Coke Zero?
It's not Coke Zero, but
Is it
it
Bar-
would
is
be
it
Coke
Barq's
Zero
root
before
beer?
Diet Coke.
Barq's-
Barq's root beer is a fantastic choice. It is not a Barq's root beer, but that is a
Is it-
great choice because that is
You have to
my
give it. Yeah,
that's one of my drinks.
you have to give us a little bit. Are we right on the soda train?
No.
Whoa!
Is it La Crux?
No.
What is this?
It is not a
California?
LaCroix.
All right. So is it
You're
an
not a
energy
LaCroix
drink?
What?
Is it an energy drink?
Bro, that's a broad question.
Is it an energy drink?
This is not yes or no's. I'm not going to tell
Okay,
you
is
that.
it a monster?
Well, no, you're supposed to
That'd be
like,
so boring if it's a monster.
Let's see if I can sip it without showing it. Fumbles is like, "Oh, you're not going to answer. I'm out of here."
The sip is not gonna help because all liquids just sound like liquids. You think I'm gonna be able to tell the viscosity
Yes.
of your drink by the sip and be like, ooh, that was a thicker sip. I think you're drinking some kind of canned gravy. At this
But I will
moment."
assist and say that yes, it is an energy drink.
All right, I had to step away. What was the drink?
We know it's an
We
it's
don't
an
know.
energy
It's
drink.
an
We know it's an energy drink.
I don't think it's a Red Bull because Red Bull feels like it would have
It's a thinner
lighter.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I like that you're
it sounded like a
judging it
monster
based on
can.
how thick you think the can is based on the open. I like that.
The
TJ
open was
Parker, if it
large.
was a soda, that's what it would be a Diet Dr. Pepper or Dr. Pepper for sure. or Barks, one of those three.
All right.
But you also have to guess
what-
the flavor. You can't just get the brand.
Okay. Well, was it okay?
But I'm not
Oh.
going to answer yes,
It's
no
a
to a
bang.
brand.
It's a bang.
A bang.
It's not. It's
No,
not.
Is it a
I
white?
say I
monster?
won't
White
answer and then I
Monster.
say that.
It's White Monster, right?
All right. That's partially correct, and I won't say what part until you guess it.
Okay.
So I think
So
it's a
it's a
monster.
Monster Zero, but like, is it like
It is a Monster Zero of sorts.
it's of sorts?
Of sorts. Is there
Well, I
more
mean,
than
it
one
says zero
Monster
sugar on the
Zero?
top, so I'm assuming that's a
Okay,
Monster.
Is
so
it,
it's
is,
like
it the, is it the pink one?
What?
Is it the pink one? Like
No.
the dark pink one?
Light pink one.
No.
Okay.
I'm out of my depth. I haven't drank an
Wait,
energy
wait,
drink
wait.
in several years.
Oh, dude, it's the only
Ultra blue Hawaiian.
Ugh, no.
Ooh.
I don't drink very many energy drink flavors.
Ultra Blue Hawaiian.
Since
is
you
what
don't
they
know
call
my
me.
drink flavors, it makes this game a little harder.
All right, so it has to be like a basic Monster Zero.
It's actually a special edition.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Or like
God, I'm not going down that well.
thing.
Code Red.
But that's why I said it. All right, so
Monster Zero flavor. I'm googling.
I did say it was partially white.
Actually, you didn't say that. You
You
said,
said it was partially true to White Monster.
Okay,
Yes,
yes.
you said
Okay, yes.
something of that
Partially
is
true
true.
to being White Monster. Well, that's because I
It's
wanted to
partially
trick you.
white.
And it
not-
says special edition on it.
no. It's just like a limited time flavor thing.
Is it like the Zero Ultra with like the orange on the box?
It may or may not have the word ultra, but it's definitely not orange.
Okay. Not the American flag one. That.
Yes, it is.
Oh my.
Oh
God.
my god.
Ultra
Dude, I'm a
red,
sucker
white, and
for-
blue raz.
I'm a sucker for blue raspberry.
ooh, that is the best of the
And
flavors.
It tastes like an icy, kind of.
Oh,
I get.
you're making me jealous over here.
What a rabbit hole we had to go down for that one.
I know.
But it was well worth it.
pulling up on the second monitor.
Some will say it's worth it.
But I mean, he was looking at Monster beverages on his monitor. I know he was.
100%.
No. I pulled that one from the hat.
TJ Parker, Blue Raz is a win flavor, which is why Franz doesn't like it.
I do like
Oof.
blue raspberry. What the
Oof.
fuck? TJ, I don't know. TJ has like just
He's got it out for you.
in his head. He just has like a signal whenever I go live on Twitch on someone else's Twitch, and he's just there every time.
I mean, you'll notice the W next to his name. He is a subscriber to my channel.
That's crazy.
So he does hang out here. He's a regular.
Everywhere I go, he's just like the first one. The first one in the chat is like, this guy sucks. It's
Or-
because I play green. And it's because you know, TJ, you say I have no taste because I play Emerald. You're in Wonderland's chat.
I'm an Amber. True ones know I'm an Amber Steel main. I just did well with them.
except for
Steel.
your all your top cuts are pretty much mostly green.
Bruh, I top cut with like
with
every
amber steel,
archetype
with
I've played.
green steel, with green blue. I'm trying to think what else.
Just those three. I've just played
Yeah.
Amber Steel and Green Steel a lot. So I made day
Green steel
two.
cards are so foreign to me.
All right, I'll brag for a little bit. So I made day two with Emerald Steel in Atlanta. Then I missed day two with Amber Steel. And then I missed day two with Green Steel, Bucky. So like the first one in Atlanta was like Curse Merfolk, Flynn Rider aggro.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have Bucky, right?
Yep.
And then the next one was Amber Steel, and then it was Bucky. It was Amber Steel Flute, Bucky, failed both of those. Played Amber Steel again, Toronto, made day two. Then played Green Steel, Doc Hyper Aggro of my own brew in Vegas. And I had a record that at every other DLC up to that one made day two, and I bubbled out at like 169 or something. Some like within 4 or 5 places of the top of the cut. I don't remember exactly where. Yeah, it was 169 because
it must be nice to make cuts and stuff like that.
because I finished 169th in 2 DLCs in a row, and I joked that it was harder to do that than it was to win a DLC. And then after I made that joke in Vegas, I won the next DLC I played in.
It's crazy. You
Easy,
see, TJ, both Wonderland and I went to Vegas with our own brew of green steel, and that's where the similarities end. Don't look at it further.
So you're
I
a
mean, I think
steel
we're both
gamer.
we both really like steel cards, and we both like Breezy. Like we got two
Steel
things.
does like some of the most broken things in the game, right? I mean, mostly just like the songs in general, but
Yeah.
I like to interact with my opponent.
Yeah. I just want to play some Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, man.
bring it back, reprint it.
Dude, I wanted that card reprinted so bad.
The heck are we looking at here?
Dude, I played this game.
It's a card game.
Yeah, this was an advertisement in like
Was it in the
Scry
Bible?
magazine way back in the day. They're like, we have 900 cards, nothing banned or restricted. They're like talking trash on Magic.
Yeah.
900
game was
cards,
kinda fun.
0 banned, 0 restricted, 0 players.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
But it was a funnish game. You won by getting to like 20 honor. It was like I think it was kind of like One Piece, where like you choose an archetype, but I guess One Piece you can kind of use anything. But this, like, this is a Crab Clan deck, right? So they had a precon for every archetype. There was like 10 of them, each like clan. And then there was like a colorless clan that anyone else could like hire. They're like mercenaries. I guess that's kind of like Hearthstone, actually. But each clan had like a castle card or something that was like your health and like your starting stuff. So each clan had like different starting hands and stuff like that. I don't know. It's kind of cool. But I saw this apparently on Facebook, as you could see up there. But I thought it was funny. Just like this.
Dude. People actually, I saw this tweeted a lot with like the cut cards. Like people sell them on eBay saying like misprint card.
Oh, yeah.
Scammers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're just not wise enough or in the game. I could see them saying like thinking that.
Some seller who doesn't play but just sells the cards.
Right.
Who doesn't want to look up if it's an actual misprint or not?
I mean, to the non Lorcana enthusiast, you could think that this is a misprint.
I mean, yeah,
So
it
only
looks
if you've-
awkward enough.
Only if you've never actually seen a miscut card.
Yeah.
Like, because this border is perfect.
Yeah.
So like, for this to be cut here like
It would need
this,
to be like moved to the side. Yeah.
yeah, and you'd probably see some of another card.
Let me see. I'm gonna look up on eBay Lorcana miscut. There are some wacky ones though.
Bruh.
Remember what was it set 3 where it was like the ink got super dark and like
Yeah.
almost like blacked out the card art.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah,
oh,
JD
I
had a booster full of them.
That's crazy.
I have an Ohana that is like 10 shades darker than the other Ohanas. Let me see if I can find it and if it
Oh,
comes
that's
through on
cool.
camera.
I have some magic miscuts, but I don't know where they are to easily find them without spending like 20 minutes. So I just reordered my playset of beasts, as I was telling you guys. I'll tell Chad I ordered beasts to foil out my DLC winning deck. I was like, I want them all foil. I ordered regular ones. I just didn't realize regular beasts were still $6. So I ordered an extra set of beasts. But the bonus is I got this sticker. One of the people who sold me stuff sent me this sticker with it. So, you know, I spent like $30, $20 on the sticker.
Yeah, but I mean, I see a world where that beast goes up in value as we get closer to Infinity DLCs, and then you flip them back, and now you made a profit.
Yeah, something like
Yep.
that.
And I did just order the foil set, so hopefully those go up when it gets reprinted in core. Fingers crossed. It
Let's
seems
see
like
if
a
this
card that
comes
could be.
through. No, it doesn't really come through.
It does a little bit. It looks a little
little-
more orange than yellow.
Yeah, it's certainly more orange this one.
I bet it looks way cooler in person.
It just looks like different. It looks like a fake card almost.
What?
Yeah, it's hard to look. It's hard to. I don't know. It gets really hard to judge fake cards from real cards.
Well, I think they've actually made it a little bit better because of the little legendary symbol at the bottom.
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Have you seen the discard card that had the legendary symbol on it?
No.
So it's like a new version that's like foil, but it also has the legend stamp.
Oh, yo, that's pretty cool.
I'll tell you what, if they reprint Beast, Ruby Steel, maybe.
Dude, Ruby Steel is like a card draw engine away from being playable. That's for sure.
Goliath.
Dude, Light the Fuse is such a good card. I love that card so much. Sky made me a believer.
In what card?
Light the Fuse.
It's very tempo oriented. If you're winning, it's very good.
Yeah, but that
If
deck
you're not winning, it is very uninkable.
that deck has like 2 of the best 2-drops in the game, though.
Isn't it inkable?
No.
No, yeah, that's another Ruby Steel issue, is that the entire deck is uninkable. So don't be looking at cold foils of Light the Fuse. You're never playing this card.
I also wouldn't buy the foils because it's set 8.
Exactly.
Oh man. So how have you three been doing this morning?
I got Duncan. I'm feeling pretty good.
Nice.
I slept in until like almost 10. It was great.
Me too.
I'm on the West Coast, so I was up at 8.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
know. It's okay.
I don't want to say
What
when
time did you go to bed?
I don't know. 11 midnight-ish.
That's not too bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah.
I went to bed at like 2:33. I was like, I can stay up late because my kid doesn't have school today, so I don't have to wake up there. So I didn't have to wake up till like 9:30, 9:40.
Oh, the dream. Oh, dude, are you down to look at the deck and talk it out a bit?
Yeah. Where? There we go.
So this is what I'm bringing to Set Champs. I've been jamming games. Nobody's talking about this deck. Everybody's talking about Ruby Amber, Boosty Boys, Lucas Kalpa stuff. I thought this deck was genius, and no one's going to see most of it coming, especially that Olaf.
Unless they were watching this.
Unless they're
It also
watching
has
this.
it has like everything in it, man. How can you see it coming?
When you say it has everything in it, what do you mean?
So it has dragons, has Surfer Stitch, has the 9-cost Olaf. Nobody's going to be able to predict that you have all of those in the deck. They'll see the 1-cost Mulan. They'll think Mulan. No one's ever going to expect coppers rushing at them.
You're gonna drop a Maui shark and they're like, "What do you mean?"
And
The
then,
funny
yeah.
thing,
I forget how to read for a
anything,
second.
anything they predict is going to come true because you are playing everything.
and then nobody's expecting 4 Ohanas. So
Yeah, that's true.
Man. And then you drop the Scrooge's counting house on them, and then it's just over, dude.
or the second cauldron, and then you start
Yeah,
flipping
exactly.
your cauldrons.
Dude, the double cauldron, I'm not going to lie, it's actually kind of cool because you can keep just
How do you
inking.
get enough ink for that?
Because, okay,
Ohana
so,
for 8, bro.
True. Sorry.
so
Or sorry, for
typically
7.
typically my play line is I'm going to Mulan on 1, I'm going to Mowgli on 2 to try to strip away something pretty quick. And then if I have the Ohana and nothing, like if my Mulan's in danger, then I'll put Scrooge out on 3, and then, or if my Mulan's in danger rather, I'll put my Ohana out on 3, grab 2 extra cards, heal the Mulan. Then turn 4, I'll usually do like a Scrooge with the boost and whatever, and then
Here's where this slightly goes sideways in my mind.
talk to
With
me.
14 uninkables, you would love to play that Mowgli or that Reuben. You're probably forced to play Scrooge on 2. Because I think your hand is going to be like, there's such a high chance that you have such expensive uninkables in your hand. and then you kind of have to start inking your Mowglis and your Rubens.
Well, the thing is that when you draw the Olafs or the Maleficents or the Stitch too early, then then that becomes the ink, which isn't your favorite thing to do, but like
Sure.
that I typically have one or two of those, and then as I'm drawing, I can draw into other stuff. But
How
I don't
good has
know.
World's Greatest been? I mean, I assume we're hitting Demonas and
I think every Amber deck should run 2.
Why?
Maybe not dogs, of course, but it's just there's too many good hits out there. I mean, Green Blue has seen a massive rise from the last 2 major events.
Yeah, absolutely.
You kind of like Blue Steel. If you don't banish the Goliath on 4, right? Because they go Ramp, Cindy, Goliath, then that gets really scary for almost all these kind of decks that just want to draw everything. And then obviously it's a free out to Demona, or another way to gain lore with Shark. Like, but the problem with World's Greatest, you have to choose a target. You can't just use it and not use its effect if there's a valid target.
Right. That's that, and those are the matchups that are the toughest. Is Emerald Sapphire and Emerald Amethyst. Also, Blue Steel isn't super great, so yeah.
You could
it
out
does
somebody
get-
else's Scrooge.
I can never play a deck that
Snowfort.
loses to Blue Steel.
It's so base. It's so base.
Now, is that based off of team testing, or is that
No, actually, humorously, I basically always play decks that lose to Blue Steel because Amber Steel's worst matchup was the Fishbone Quill Blue Steel. Emerald Steel Diablo's worst matchup is Sky's Fire the Cannons anti Diablo, anti Bucky Blue Steel, and I had to lose to that stuff at set champs over and over. And then once I played Red Blue, he was like,
you're
you
in a
played
Blue
that just
Steel
because you knew
hive.
what I was playing. I was like, well, I played it because you and a bunch of other people. And I brought 4 decks based on what a bunch of people were playing. And I chose this one.
Yeah, because your set champs were like what? Bad Vegas, Sky, like
Yeah. A few people who knew what they were doing, that's for sure.
Man. Okay, so here's the $1 million question. I saw somebody playing this deck, like this, almost exactly this deck, but they had Nakomas, the
Yeah.
4
I
cost
love
4/6.
Nakoma.
She's so good, especially with the Ohana Means family.
So
yeah, you
what do
don't have a
cut?
4-drop.
There is no 4-drop because a lot of the time I can either Scrooge's Counting House or Scrooge himself, and I'm boosting, or I'm playing Cauldron out and then getting some, so there's a lot of ways to use the ink, which means that you don't really need 3 or 4 cost characters like as importantly, but there are many times where I'm like, man, a Nakoma would probably help. What do you shave and how many Nakomas is the question.
It's almost a card I'd want 4 of.
That's where I was gonna go.
Ah.
Well, certainly 1 Cauldron is enough. Cauldron.
I agree.
We've talked about that though.
I said that he should cut 1 Cauldron for 1 We Might Solve Mystery. Or whatever that is.
Rewrite history.
Yeah, the intro to DuckTales.
Yeah, it's might solve a mystery or rewrite history.
Rewrite
Come on,
history.
buddy.
Yeah, that makes sense because we're returning somebody.
Yeah. Oof. So what would we cut? All right, let's start looking at some numbers here. Most of these Olafs are going to your Inkwell. Unless you could like cheat out like 2 of them. But you don't have like that.
That's the power of the Scrooge.
That's the power. Yeah, because if you're gonna start cutting things you don't want to be cutting, like I think you want this copper. Does that sound true?
Yeah. I've probably jammed about 100 or so games. I feel like the copper is good when you need him, but like a lot of times he is just kind of ink. Or I hold him in my hand thinking that he might be important and then he's just not that important. Like, I don't know. The copper, I don't know. It's very specific what that copper is for.
What about the 3 of Mulan? Can we shave that down to 2?
Oh man, that Mulan puts in so much work though.
I think the Mulan is kind of, if you're playing the Ruben Mulan 1-drop package, I think you kind of need the shifts, but
Yeah, I mean those are just when when they say you got to have it and I have it, man, I just blow them out. And it's like it just wins the game on the spot, basically.
How often is Surfer Stitch drawing you cards?
Very rarely. It's a one
It's just
of.
the 4/8 body.
I'm barely seeing him.
My problem with card like deck building right now is I always want if plan A didn't go right, what's plan B? And so like in yellow purple I play Bagheera, and like that's because like if I don't see Willow, I could play Bagheera on 3 or Cat, but you don't really want to play Cat on 3. So I like having backup plans. That's why I think the Nakoma is kind of essential.
Yeah. There's not really a good 4-drop turn play unless it's like exactly Black Cauldron, and then I can recur like a Mulan that got blasted or something. So Nakoma made sense. When I saw Nakoma, I was like, yo, that's smart, but I couldn't just, I'm watching the
Hold up.
duel.
Is this 63 cards?
Well, yeah, because he added the Nakomas.
Oh, okay.
So we're cutting this Stitch? Question mark. Is that what you're saying? We cut a Black Cauldron and we're cutting a Stitch? Or did you want to keep
Cutting
the
a
Stitch?
Stitch. I'm not going to lie, though. The double Black Cauldron is not bad at all. Because what I end up doing is I have so many. I don't want 4 of those bad boys. But it's good because even when I find both of them, and it comes into the Sapphire battles, right? Where they're basically trying to remove all my guys, but I have all this extra ink. Double Cauldron is actually like crazy good. And then even if they Wasabi one away, I still have the other one, and then I'm forcing them to have the other Wasabi and they never find it. But I don't know. Like there are many games where I'm actually out of cards in hand and I just got Double Cauldron on board and I'm just inking the bad cards and then just cauldroning so many new things. And I can go one after the other. Bing, bang, boom, bang, boom. Because while I'm loading one up, I can play the ones from the other one, and then you know what I mean?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So Double Cauldron, I know seems dumb, but I'm gonna say it actually comes in handy more than you would think.
All right, so this one just cuts 1 Ohana, 1 Olaf,
And the Surfer Stitch.
and the Surfer Stitch, and adds 3 Nakoma.
One Ohana. One. Okay, I'll try that out. I'll see how
Is
it
Mowgli
goes.
good in this deck?
It's one of those like it helps your green blue matchup and your mirror.
Yeah, and if I'm on the play and I know and they ink anything that makes me think I'm playing up against Blurple or Emerald Sapphire, then I can basically just sometimes I'm taking away the sale, you know?
Okay, I mean rarely, but yeah.
I find matchup I ink Mowgli the most is against Blurple, because I almost always want them to ink my stuff.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, I kind of like that. Yeah.
It's like maybe we could trim a Mowgli.
Trim a Moog.
Oh, so sneezy today.
Mowgli doesn't help you with Ohana, you know what I'm saying?
That is true.
If you Ohana for 1, you just go next game, right? Like that's the game plan.
Yeah. There are some cool lines where I'm at the end of the game and I can Mowgli from a Black Cauldron,
Right.
and then it's like it's just taking away dumb stuff. But again,
What about
Now we're getting fancy.
7 ink B preps with Mulan when you don't have a shift?
yeah, but you're only
And-
dealing 2 damage.
Is she a must be shifted?
Yep.
Do I not know how
Must be
Mulan
shifted.
works?
Yeah, that's
I think
the
this is
only
like
thing.
the third
well,
time I've
To
fallen
get the
for this.
power. To get the power.
To use her the way you want. Well, you can still use it with the Maui.
Or with
And the Headless
Horseman.
Horseman. Yeah. The Headless Horseman with the Mulan package is actually like really dumb too a lot of times. Okay. Shave an Ohana, shave a Stitch, and shave one of the Olafs and put in 3 Nakomas. I'll try that out. I'll see how
What did you add in place of the Mowgli? Oh, you
rocket.
just a rocket? Oh,
Rocket.
no way. No way we're rocketing in our character deck.
Wait,
Character
that's what
action
it
deck.
does. Is it's for characters.
No way. This card always seems like it's the right answer. It's like
Oh my
never the right
God.
answer.
Yeah, that feels
We're like really going off the track.
So
when
you
we start
have
rocketing.
just a Reuben.
Dude, yeah, just rocket your Reuben. Come on.
No,
Rocket
you have just a
Reuben deck.
Reuben. Then you play like a Scrooge, boost it, rocket, take out their thing, and then next turn you can Reuben for like 3 or 4, and they don't have a character that can interact with it.
Wait,
Like,
Scrooge boost rocket so on 4 instead of Nakoma.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing to do.
Wait,
I mean,
you said
do
you were
whatever
missing
you can.
Fox. You said you were missing Fox. You know what I'm saying? That's a 4/4 instead of a
Whoa.
4/3.
Hey.
Wait, where are the willows?
Yeah, cut the horsemen's and you can maybe fit the uninkable. This deck has a
14?
hard no, you can't go higher. You think you can, but without diary, you just don't have the card draw.
Yeah.
exactly, which is why the double cauldrons are so important in my opinion.
All right, you know what I need from you this weekend? I want you to send me how many times you double cauldroned and won the game because of it. That's what I want to hear.
I at least 5 times out of 100. It came in handy because I had no cards in hand.
So 5% of the
Sure.
time.
Wait, maybe it's just a Kristoff's loot angle.
What? Kristoff's loot?
What do you know about Kristoff's loot?
I don't even know what that is. You're talking
It's
about
a 3-cost uninkable item that if you pay 2 ink,
I hate this card so
you
much.
could play the top card of your deck, but you have to pay its cost. LUTE.
I saw
like
this- I
musical
saw this card a
instrument, not looting things. I see.
I saw this card a lot in the early testing.
Early testing,
and
yeah.
every single time I saw it played, it revealed a card that they couldn't play.
I won many red blue mirrors with this card.
Oh yeah, this isn't red blue.
We don't have ramp.
Yeah, I
we
don't like
we,
this.
we don't have
man.
Sail the Azurite Sea in this deck.
Am I yelling at
I'm
you,
gonna-
Reginald? Why am I yelling?
If I'm not ramping, then this feels really bad. This feels. If
I
I'm
mean,
gonna put a
we were playing
Kristoff-
2 cauldrons. What do you mean? It's
If I'm putting a Kristoff's loot in, I'd rather put a 3rd cauldron in than a Kristoff's loot.
I don't know about that.
I don't exactly my point.
I just throw a
Exactly what
Sleepy's flute in there.
I
see
think
if
I'd
anybody
rather have a
notices.
Kristoff's loot than a 3rd Black Cauldron.
Dude, we're looting and fluting. That's my infinity
guys,
deck,
we're,
man.
we're going
Andrew.
the wrong way with 3-cost uninkable items here.
Red,
I mean,
yellow
you could
song.
use the loot to hit the song off the top of your deck. It doesn't say you
hit
can't sing
anything.
it.
Yeah, that's the benefit. You could hit anything. You could play a Raging Storm off the top of your deck.
You could.
It could be anything. It could be a house.
It could be a boat.
It could be a black cauldron.
Be a hat.
Dude, playing the Black Cauldron off the loot.
Bruh.
Black cauldron off the loot. Yeah. I mean,
Dude,
Yeah.
or you could have the satisfaction of having every opponent read Kristoff's loot. It's pretty neat.
I mean, you're
Not
gonna
what I
play that.
wanted.
You're gonna play that loot, and your opponent's just gonna instantly disrespect you, and then they're gonna play poorly because they're not gonna respect you, and you're gonna win from it, right?
Oh,
you know what? I'm going to add 2 Nakomas. I'm going to take out the Mowgli. 1 Mowgli. I'm going to take out a Surfer Stitch. Something about these Olaf Snowman of actions, man. I'm telling you.
No, keep with it.
They are the pretty core to the deck.
It's
I
your
think.
Pirate's Life,
Exactly.
which you could minus an Olaf for a 1 of Pirate's Life, but I like it. Stick with it.
I'm going to call this deck the Knuckle Sandwich.
I'm gonna go use the potty. I'll be right back.
All right, chat.
Chat, what do you think, chat? Any Ruby Amber gamers out there? Any of you? Well, how is this? This is like wildly different from the Boosty Boys, I feel.
Yeah.
Like this almost feels like a whole different
Well, because you're
deck,
not a
right?
boost deck.
Yeah. That deck, when I looked at it, made me made me want to vomit because it just looked so complicated to play.
Which Rapunzel are we adding?
Do they think that this is Infinity?
This is not Infinity.
Yeah, it's
Look,
not Infinity.
I'm trying to think what other. Yeah, if they're thinking Infinity.
Oh, isn't there like a boost Rapunzel?
Yeah, there is. That's what I was thinking. But the boost Rapunzel's steel.
Oh, the damage Rapunzel? The damage Rapunzel, the one that
Oh,
support.
the support.
Yeah, the support one. But there's no other support characters in the deck.
I mean, you just need it, right?
Rapunzel letting down her hair did get reprinted.
Oh, the healing one?
No, it's the 5/4 quest for 2. When you play this character, each
I
opponent
cannot
loses
believe
1
that
life.
got reprinted. That's crazy.
It's
Didn't you know Rapunzel Gifted with Healing was reprinted? It's just been in the format. No one's wanted to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody hates that card now.
JDZ Quest. JDZ.
What up,
Get in
JDZ?
the game.
Dude,
Get in the
JD's gonna be
quest.
so jealous, man. You've had me on now twice, and this guy's been trying to get me on for like a month. Lucky. The benefit of morning streams, man.
Yep.
Not being West Coast hours.
Oh boy.
JD,
Yeah,
I've got
there's
room
a
for
big
4 more people if you want to jump in. There's a
So
spot
on the left side.
The left has room for another 4 stacks. I can't believe
Yeah,
you
get
didn't
another
get
4
me
gamers.
donuts. You got our son
8-man
donuts and you
commentary,
didn't
that's
get
crazy.
me any.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Well, maybe you should stop complaining about the cost of the donuts.
Or the calorie cost.
Actually, a donut sounds pretty good right now. I should have picked one up.
You went to Dunkin' Donuts and you didn't get donuts?
You don't. Here's a hot take. You don't go to Dunkin' for the donuts. You go to Dunkin' for the coffee, and that's.
It's not
So
called
don't you-
Dunkin' Coffee.
Don't
Well,
you
it's
get the
actually just called
donuts because you're
Dunkin'
just
now,
there?
for what it's worth. They did a name change for this reason.
It was just called
Yeah,
Dunkin'?
It's just called Dunkin', yeah, because they don't want it to be just like a breakfast location anymore. They want
Wait.
it to be like a
So, let's get our pizza. Where you going? I'm getting the new Dunkin' Supreme Pizza.
So no, because they offer like lunch specials or like lunch meals. Like they have like avocado toast or like a panini now or something like that. So you could get like other things, but it's mostly just like a bakery plus like coffee, right? So
I do love their bagels. Their bagel sandwiches are good.
yeah, they're great. Oh, the hashies are what's up too. I get it. I'm with you on that one.
Someone reminded me I need to publish the deck list from the Infinity event.
It has been a minute. What do you guys think of that burn deck? The Amethyst
The-
Steel one.
The purple one.
I sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What?
sleep on it.
So the guy had a great run. The deck is good because it does what the game's supposed to do, right? Get to 21st. The problem though is that once you start running into these Amber Steel decks or dogs in general, you really start seeing all how fragile the entire shell is. So if you get hit with like a Rhino Under the Sea on that deck and you just lost your board, like everything goes sideways, and you can't Amethyst Chromacon Amber Steel, so they'll just go faster than you. And then Angel destroys everything the deck kind of wants, I think. So
Yeah, it feels really bad into Amethyst Steel and Amber Steel.
yep,
But it feels like it feels like it has decent game into all the rest.
yeah, for sure. I mean, if you see blue cards in front of you, you're feeling like the best person ever.
All right, they should be able to hear you still, even if they can't see you.
Well, maybe they can hear us and can't see us. Who knows?
Spoiler alert for the third match of this game.
Shut up! Quiet! Quiet! If you had said nothing right there, it would have been fine.
Josh is literally in the chat. He would have said something.
I never even heard of Josh before.
I'm like, okay, I need to build this to get four cameras on at a time. I was like, we'll do a live. I would have removed it. No one would have been none the wiser.
None the wiser.
Fortunately, I have to point out all mistakes I see.
That's true.
Yeah.
How do you
I
get
have
better
that
unless you
disease.
acknowledge your mistakes?
I don't know. I'm not getting better, so I plateaued a year ago.
Oh man, are you about to do the ICL?
I'm at
Here,
least
Luke?
setting it up. I'm at least
Is it
setting it
about
up.
time?
Yeah, in the morning.
I think I'm gonna duck out before the game starts, just so there's not 4 of us on here.
Oh,
The
no,
countdown
no.
timer.
Nah, the 4 of us would be perfect. The 4 would be perfect.
Well, I gotta be out of
Absolute
here. That's why.
chaos.
Oh,
Bye.
yeah. When's your ETA?
10 minutos.
Like just
got
in 10 minutes?
I've got another like 30.
Oh,
30-ish? Okay.
that's
30-ish,
that's
40-ish.
game 1.
All right, well, we'll chit chat then. I can virtual. I can studio mode it. Easy peasy. I'll just be looking here. I'll flip my camera around so it looks like I'm looking at all of you. But you have to talk. You have to.
All right, we'll talk. Fine. We'll start chatting.
I guess I'll talk. Hey, do you guys want to hear my foil hat conspiracy theory?
All right, let's do it.
Do it.
I don't know if anyone said this yet, but my foil hat conspiracy theory is that Duels.inc is actually been created by somebody in Ravensburger, and we're all just alpha beta testing the system, and then they're gonna go live one day and say at a Lorecast, "Hey everybody, we finally did it. We have an online client, and you've been testing it this whole time."
No, I want them to ban everyone who's on it. They're like, we know who's on it. We made it. You're all banned. You're making a new one for the kids who
It's
didn't
a
fall
honey,
to temptation.
what do they call that? A honeypot? Like
Yeah, yeah.
just like, yeah. Okay, actually, I'll support your claim on this. The
Yeah.
guy who's working on it is so quick to respond to fix any issues. The updates have been very clean. The actual UI is very clean, almost like there is money behind it. Because like the thing is like if you're doing this as a passion project, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of your effort. And if you're not getting compensated in some way, it's really hard to.
Does it?
0 ads.
Does it
Yeah,
take
there's-
that much time and effort? I think you have just been the opposite of spoiled by Lorcanito. I think the vibes coding has gotten to you.
I mean, all right. So I didn't really want to shade any other simulators, Luke, but I've always had a hatred for other materials out there, and I guess it's nice in some way, but I think when you look at there's like a shop now, there's like Pack Rush, there's Sealed.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems pretty.
Dude, the shop is so sick.
The shop
I
is
love
sick.
foiling out cards.
Yeah, and I play too much, so I get to bling my deck out, and it looks great.
I mean, and how crazy awesome would that be if they just are like, "Hey everybody, not only have we done it, but it's already there."
Right, like
Congratulations.
look at the
that would be
Disney
the
magic.
sickest announce. I don't know. That's my foil
I do.
hat.
I would say that while that would be really cool, I think, and while I think the UI on Duels is really nice,
It's crazy.
I think it would fall short of like an official client.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like if you compare that to like
It's not
Master
polished.
Duel, yeah. If you compare Duels to like Master Duel, it's like leagues worse.
Or obviously,
Arena.
talking about Arena,
Or,
right?
yeah.
But Arena is also like, first off, they're making hand over fist money with that. So
Well, that's because it's very predatory. Let's
Sure.
hope that when Lorcana gets one, it's not like that.
Well, I think all these kind of platforms are going to be predatory because it's free money. Like if you look at the mobile games market, like as somebody who like has done work in that area, it's disgusting because every single decision is geared to how do we make more money. So like, and why wouldn't you when you're making millions? So
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, this could be the bones, and then they throw on
It could be,
all
that's
the
true.
other stuff.
Yeah.
You know
and then
what I
throw
mean?
on a nice fancy dress for it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like to be the first one on record to be
I
said it.
I do think it is it's wild how fast and like polished it is without taking in any money. I
Right.
don't know what that guy's job is or how much money he got from like an injury settlement or something. But
I mean, he
that
could just
that
be a good
that
coder.
he, I mean,
could
yeah,
be.
He could be. He could be.
That might be, but the just the mobile fact, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, no,
that-
the mobile UI is very sweet.
clean, dude, clean.
Braden also reached out to him about Braden Cube, and the guy finally said yes. So I think we're gonna get Cube on there too.
Oh,
It's pretty sweet.
The B Cube,
The B Cube, yeah. The Lounger Cube.
Lounger Cube. I like B Cube. Just has a nice ring to it.
The power of AI code. Shut up.
I don't think that Duels Inc. is AI. I hope it's not. Or if it is, all right, it could be.
It's
but the
very
difference
likely.
would be that like someone who knows how to code properly using AI the way it's supposed to be used.
Yeah, supplementary.
Versus someone
Yeah.
who
Oh,
like
For sure knows how to code.
vaguely knows how to code.
There's no
and
way
is heavily
somebody who,
relying on AI.
there's no way somebody who vaguely knows how to code did this. I don't.
Well,
think.
that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think
That's what
AI
Nito
that
is.
powerful.
That's what I'm
My,
saying.
my profession is coding, and I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, but everything you see made today is going to have some piece of AI with it now.
Yeah.
It's impossible now to see any coding without it.
I mean, like, what if used right? It's basically just the same thing as when a coder would spend hours looking through what is that website called?
Stack Overflow.
Stack Overflow.
Sure, yeah, just like looking
Or
for other
any
people's
support
codes to
site.
do what he's already tried to do. So
Sure.
it's just like a better search engine, kind of. For
It's
that.
like paying. It's like paying for Wonderland's Metafy.
I don't have a Metafy.
His
And-
hypothetical Metafy.
And this is why he's starting one today.
No, I'm lazy, bro. Like I charge
No, same.
$50 an hour for coaching because I don't like coaching.
That's so true.
I can't coach. It's the biggest thing. I can't even coach
It's-
myself to win games.
My coaching technique's weird. They just have to. I have to like watch them and then like eventually try to get them to make me start talking.
No, I mean,
So then
you've-
I can
you've
like-
helped me out. Well, you're like, what if we did this? What if we did that? Okay, so what is our next plan?
But it's
helps
like you
me
get
think
that
of
for
the
free
game
on my
differently.
stream. That's the other thing. It's like if you want coaching from
I
me,
mean,
watch me play.
I also get that luckily for free as well from like just talking with you in the Discord.
Fair.
But yeah,
Yeah, and
just stop
being
giving
here
it
right
away
now.
for free, man.
Yeah,
My favorite way of coaching is going into the lounge, streaming my game, and just like getting yelled at.
Yep.
Same.
Yep. That
Getting
is
yelled at for your mistakes is a pretty good one because then you'll have that like gnawing thought in the back of your head like every time like, oh, am I over inking? I should stop doing that. It's like the number one thing I think about now.
Oh, I have to actually make a new scene. Oh,
I've never thought of that. I should start thinking that. When are you over inking?
No, I don't.
So like you're at like 8 ink with Blurple. Do we really need to ink to 9? What helps you in that play line? Are you inking a good card? Do we need to ink Cheshire Cat? Well, we don't want to ink Cheshire Cat. It's a good card. But what if they demona you? But if you demona, then they give you a Cheshire Cat. That's what you want anyway. So like things like that. That's like the rabbit hole that I go down.
So you should ink the Cheshire Cat.
You
if
should
they
not ink
demona
the
you
Cheshire Cat because
oh.
if the demona were to draw you a card, you want it to be a Cheshire Cat. So why draw the extra card when that extra card could be a Tipo?
Now I see what you're
So you
saying.
basically transmute your cat into a Tipo.
Essentially, it's just like whenever you go to ink a card, it's like to what reason am I inking this card later in the game? Am I inking this card so that next turn I can play 2 specific cards, or am I inking this card because I just haven't inked for the turn and it's an extra card in my hand?
Yeah.
Like and like if you typically find yourself just saying like I'm just going to ink a card because I haven't inked, then you should probably think about it a little bit more as to why you're inking the card and to like what you're doing on the next few turns with it.
So then sometimes you're like, it's turn 4 and I don't need to necessarily ink because it doesn't fit into the.
In core, probably not unless I'm playing dogs. In Infinity, I have, especially in Green Steel, I found myself just like staying on like 3 ink like for like 5 turns.
Yeah, and I feel like dogs will do that thing where they're like, I'll just stay on 2 ink for like the next 4 turns. I'm just sitting there going, what?
That's why that deck is foreign to me. I will say it makes more sense though when you look at what you need in your hand for dogs, because the big thing about dogs is you need resources in your hands to justify what you're doing. So you need to have 3 cards in hands because you need to find the Under the Sea plus the like removal, plus you want like to keep a lady in your hand that you have, and so it really goes down like a lot of thought process into, and that's why Willow and Nani make it a little bit easier because you have more resources in your hand now. Hence its success.
Ho ho ho. Good to know. Good to know, man. Ugh. All these card concepts. You guys going to play set champs? Are you guys going out, or are you?
I'm so excited to play tomorrow.
I am so infinity pilled that I just don't feel like playing core for the next month.
Wow.
And I'm like the polar opposite. I wish I could never play Infinity again and then only want to play core.
I'm so far in on Infinity right now. Like I'm so far in that I have declined to go to a set championship that pays out a full case to first place, so I can commentate it and then play Infinity on the side.
They better pay
Dude,
you.
am I going to see you at the Infinity CCQ?
In California, maybe.
Come through.
I'll be at the Infinity CCQ in
It will
Ontario.
It'll very much depend on how flights are looking in the next month or two.
Speaking of flights, I leave for a flight on Sunday morning, and so we're now debating if we get to the airport 5 hours beforehand or 4 hours beforehand. So,
Bumbles, come to the California CCQ, man.
so here's the issue with California flights now. If it wasn't a layover that was like obnoxious, I think like I used to be able to do direct flights to Sacramento, and I can't do that anymore. And that's annoying to me.
Well, this is San Diego.
Yes. Okay. All right. We're in it. Let me look it up.
Enchanted Citrus Clash. Come through, everybody.
That's-
May.
So tough though. It's hard to also justify that much travel for a CCQ now. I think like or Ontario is like an hour 30 flight for me.
What's the date, by the way?
The date is May 23rd to
3rd.
24th.
Today's the 3rd.
Oh, no. The date of the clash is May 23rd to the 24th.
I'm so funny.
So Friday flight to Monday flight. Let's see.
Check. I got the Expedia up online.
Ooh, I don't like to look at those.
Uh-oh. Okay, wow. What a cheap flight. Also, Alaska Airlines is my cheapest flight. That's interesting.
It's not my cheapest, but it's one of the cheapest.
$350 for a round trippy. Not bad.
I have a 283.
I have Delta. Delta's looking like a 400 for me.
Yeah, Delta's at 380 or 500 for me.
That ain't bad for a Let
Delta's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get the value.
But these are at a
Do you?
JFK.
Don't you have to pay for
Let me check LaGuardia.
the extras on Delta? Like bag it? Like they're one that you don't get free carry-ons, or is there one that you get a free carry-on?
So Frontier has like a free personal item.
Delta.
But
Delta gets the free carry-on.
Yeah.
Delta's
Every
free
flight.
carry-on and a free personal item. So you can so I bring my big old backpack that's as big as a carry-on and just throw it under
Man,
the seat.
what happened to LaGuardia, dude? It's always layovers at LaGuardia now. God. And it's more expensive. But so I fly out of LaGuardia mostly just because it's right next to me. So where it's like a $50 Uber, $60 Uber to get to JFK.
Jeez, all these returning flights are just horrible.
All horrible times too.
Yeah. So I could do
I'm out. And for that reason, I'm out.
283, get in at like 9:50 on Friday, and then leave at 10:30 p.m. Monday, and then get back to Raleigh at 8 a.m. on Tuesday.
That's what I'm talking about. Go to the zoo.
I was setting up
great.
his camera and he just disappears.
It's probably 280 is not horrible, but man, those return flights are horrible. So like that like it adds so much more because I'll be missing 2 days of work.
I see what you're saying. All I'm saying is I'm gonna be there. It's down the street for me. And by down the street, it's like a 2-hour, 3-hour drive.
If it were a 2 to 3 hour drive for me, I would be there.
I know. I just want to see the California scene do good. You know, Just want to see it thrive.
Everyone out here with the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest debate, when everyone's missing the actual debate, it's North America versus EU.
That is in fact
That's
the
the
goated
debate.
debate.
That's
That is the real.
I don't think we need any more reasons for the rest of the world to hate us.
Not hate. I think it's a friendly rivalry.
Ooh, that Monday is Memorial Day? Ooh, wait a minute.
Oh, yo.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Let's go. Reginald McGuffin. Then I hope to see you there too. Hope I'll see you at the Citrus Clash.
Actually, I'll have to think about that.
Think about it. That's what I'm saying. And the ticks. I mean, you might as well grab the ticks. Grab some tickets.
I went to go look at getting a Brazil ticket last night, but they stopped selling them
Yo,
yesterday
Fumbles,
morning.
The
What's so
CCQ is on Memorial Day, so that Monday is a free day.
And still out.
Okay, Fumbles. What if I get Josh to go and we get a B&B?
Think about it, Fumbles. Just think about it. That's all I'm saying. I don't need an answer.
Listen, I'm not flying to the LCQ for this reason.
Oh, I'll be at the LCQ. I'm fucking nuts.
Yeah,
dude.
I've already given up my
I would
hopes and
go to the
dreams for
LCQ if I was not already qualified.
All right.
Oh, I wasn't already qualified. Whoa, look at that.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think it's worth it. Like, I would be going to all these CCQs as well.
Yeah, I would like to. I'm going to a few. I'm going to the one in Tampa. I'm going to
I will
one
definitely
in
be going
Ontario.
to the one in Tampa.
Yeah. The problem is, again, it's just I think you got to really justify the travel. Yeah. Like if I'm not going to Brazil for similar reasons, then
Dude, Josh, it's on Memorial Day, bro. We get a free day, and then you can work on Friday. Come on, easy dubs. It'll be like a $200 flight, like a $250 flight. Come on.
Also, what is the price on seeing a panda bear at the San Diego Zoo? The San Diego Zoo, Fumbles, priceless.
I actually think if I did that would be a negative because my fiance would kill me that I went and saw a panda without her.
Saw a panda without.
All right. I'm gonna pitch you something even crazier. San Diego Zoo has been on my bucket list to do since I was like 7 years old, watching like Animal Planet and reading National Geographics. Like,
zoo books.
Absolutely, very big zoo fan. Like on our honeymoon, I made my wife go to the Honolulu Zoo, like because I was like, we have to go. We're here. We got to go to the Honolulu Zoo, and we saw flamingos, and it was great.
I'm not a zoo guy. I don't like walking. I think the zoo's kind of boring.
I'm a bird sanctuary guy. I think bird sanctuaries are much cooler than zoos.
And there's got to be a good one in San Diego, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot of birds in Cali. I don't know.
Love me some birds.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's my hatred
San Diego Zoo
of
is
doing
massive.
things. I'm just a party pooper.
No, I get it. I'm not a zoo man, but I like when I get to a place and there's people there and we're all hanging out, and then it's oh look, there's monkeys. That's cool. Like I'm not there for the zoo per se. I'm just there for the vibes, the good times, And Garrick is like, we need to hit that zoo, brother. And I was like, all right, man, we'll go.
Reginald trying to hide from his 10-month-old found him.
Reginald, oh, sorry to hear you won't be coming. Bring the whole family. Make it.
Yeah, I'm sure 2 kids under 2, like at a card shop. That's like the perfect place for babies, right?
Yeah, man. Oh, dude.
I think I don't know if there's any set champs this weekend for me. Like, I was thinking, I got my weekends mixed up. I'm going to like a board game festival here in Nebraska on the weekend of the 10th. So I'm not going to be able to play in set champs that weekend. But I don't know what
to give you a little insight into our local scene. We have 3 or 4 happening tomorrow.
Oh.
We have 2 happening on Sunday. It's a lot.
You're in New York, Fumbles?
Mhm. New York
Is it a
City.
good scene up there?
Sometimes I would have said no, but we've had like 20 person locals like the last like 5 weeks. So that's pretty
sick.
sweet.
Whoa.
People
Infinity
excited
had,
about
like-
Wilds.
We had a huge explosion of like people playing again. So that's pretty cool.
It's been the opposite for my locals.
But it's weird though, because like there's like one group that like if they show up to a local, like that's 5 people right there. So like if
Yeah.
they kind of dictate like, and then there's some that won't fire. Like we have a lot of stores, like some stores canceled our locals because of like, they need space for Riftbound. Some of our shops are
Ooh.
mostly board game shops. So like unless we're like, 10 people every time, they're just not going to fire because it's just not worth their money. Or like our money isn't as good as like say the 10 people playing board games for 3 hours, something like that.
I mean, what are those people going to be spending money on? Sodas
Food,
and stuff?
drinks,
I mean,
beers. Yeah. Because some
Do
of these are like
Do you drink
bar-
brewskis during your set champs?
not during set champs, but during actually okay, so we have one set champ that I will because it's like one of the, like me and my friend, we do this thing where like, well, we made Top Cut, time to celebrate. So
Oh yeah, go hang out
There was-
while you double draw in.
yes, yeah, exactly.
There's a set champ that was happening in the middle of like a strawberry festival about a year back, and they had like strawberry cider, like freshly made strawberry cider. And my friend made a bet with me that after every win, we would both go out and get one.
And when did you stop winning because of it?
Fine. We split in finals.
Wow,
Whoa!
it was
That
all
sounds like
from
a
the strawberry
great
cider.
day.
It was a fantastic day.
Buzz Lorcana sounds sweet.
It was so fun.
Don't do that,
Friends,
folks. Be
booze.
sober at your official Lorcana events. If you want to drink
Yes.
and draft, do it at home and don't drive.
Yes, exactly, of course.
I
But
also
if you
I did
happen
not
to
I
be
did
a-
not drive home. I carpooled.
Okay. But if you happen to be at a strawberry festival
I mean,
while it's going on
I
at
mean-
the same time right
It-
next
it-
door,
It's actually
legitimate-
rude not to.
Legitimately,
Yeah.
it was all you had to do was walk out of the store and
Yeah.
and take it and like turn on your heels, and the place that was selling them was like right outside the doors.
Legal's telling me to tell the viewers, do not do this.
why did you just flash us a black cauldron?
What?
Because I had it on my
Black
desk.
I got
You
rid
just
of
have a
mine.
bunch of cards on the desk. Is that how you theory craft? Is that how you deck build?
Oh man, I have
Just look
three
at a random card one day. It's like
separate okay. 1 second. All right. So I have 5 deck boxes on my desk. I have this stack of like promos and enchanteds here,
Oh, wow.
and then we have
Show off some of the bangers.
this right here is like a stack of cards, and then I have here's the Blurple deck, here's the another stack, and like I just have piles of cards because I don't have other places to put them. And then my favorite deck box is this one. This has my green purple forts deck. So some bangers in here. Let's see.
Show off the goods, man. You got any goods?
Let's see. That. I'm looking for the other Clarabelle because there's a few in here. So
Are you a ripper? Fumbles? You rip?
not really.
You
I
just
just,
buy.
So yeah, I think it's just
Nay-nays.
kind of more my pace. But it depends what I'm looking for. Like, because here, like, so I have like 3 Clarabelles, so I'm like one off of the playset, but it's hard for me to play them because they're a little too curvy. So I've tried to like flatten them and stuff like that, decurl them.
You know, I have a foil set of Shimmering Skies that I'm trying to sell, and Clarabelle's in there if you want to drop $1,000 or $2 on a set of foil cards.
And then Mulans we got.
Just
of
doesn't even
course.
acknowledge.
Nope. Foil, Let It Go from the first.
Let's go. Let's
These-
go. Yeah.
That one's tough to move. And then Raging Storm. And I'll probably won't sell this one. This one will go in the deck eventually.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, this one was a funny one. The vendor had no idea what this was, like the signature cards, like so the L
Yeah.
signature,
Oh, yeah.
the Anna signature, things like that.
That's pretty good.
All right,
You got it for a
Brent,
steal.
how much
All
time
right.
do you got?
My wife just hit me up and said she needs some help with something, so I think
All
I
right.
got 30 seconds. To
Well,
say
thank
goodbye.
you for hanging out. Do your
Yeah, dude.
goodbyes.
Have a
Thanks
nice
for
weekend.
having me. Yeah, nice to meet you, Franz. Nice to see you, Fumbles. Hey, chat. Awesome chatting at you. I don't know. Thanks, Luke, for having me.
It's always a pleasure.
I've been Brent Mukai. Take it easy, y'all. Oh, look at those. The figurines, though.
Yeah, dude. I have them like on my playmat sometimes. Yeah, depends what kind of mood we're in.
Intimidating, man. Intimidation factor. All right. Peace out, y'all. See ya. Have a good
Bye.
ICL cast. Bye-bye.
All right.
Thankful. I'll hit you with the double Japanese. The aerial sudden chill.
Oh no, I just knocked everything over. It's okay. This is my Japanese first chapter here. I have a full play set in this little box.
A
Or
full
not
play
play
set?
master set, master set.
That's still master set's still pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
You
So
bought a lot of it, huh?
I bought like 6 boxes and then bought whatever singles I was missing.
That's pretty cool.
Japanese cards are so sick, man.
I only did it for first chapter. I did buy a box for second chapter, but then once I was like, the cards stock, and I was like, I probably wouldn't play these in events, so then I kind of like stopped getting them. But I had like a playset of Maui's, like Rush Maui's for red blue, and then
If I play Green Steel in Indianapolis, I will have that fully Japanese foiled out.
and because well, first off, you're allowed to for official Ravensburger events, right? So I think that's where if I wasn't like doing it for like a DLC, then I probably like wouldn't do it at like a CCQ probably, because then it might not be up to, it might be up to the tournament organizer. So
Well, the good thing is like if I'm doing them, I'm doing it full
double
so,
sleeve and everything.
Well, no, but I'm also doing the
full deck. Gotcha. Yeah.
So like it's different card stock, but like everything's different card stock.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna let you kids do the casting. I'm just gonna produce. It's just easier this way.
Sure.
I'm gonna have to turn the stream on and off for a second. So, well, not the stream, just the recording button. Welcome to ICL in the morning. That wonderful time where we get to watch some of the extra matches and see what happened. What a terrible intro.
No, that was really, really high quality.
Oh, on point. Best you've ever seen in your life.
The full hour we took of messing with our mics earlier really made that pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it helped with yours anyways.
Sure.
Oh my goodness. Is your mic better now than it was before?
No one told me.
I mean, we did. We just didn't know that it was your webcam.
Unfortunate.
Sometimes joining like video though, or like any kind of other platform, it won't like choose your optimal mic. It will just choose like whatever might be like, seem like default.
Hopefully Discord's been using the right microphone for you.
It should be.
Now you're checking. I see it.
I'm going.
All right, but we have this wonderful match of the Lorcana Loungers versus SLTC. We didn't get to see them play on Tuesday, so they made a makeup match on Thursday, and this is that. Had some fantastic players back and forth. We're going to cut over to Franz and Fumbles casting the game. I'm going to be running the production, which is literally just sitting here and being quiet. But you don't need to know that, and I'm going to edit this out of the YouTube version. So, haha.
Nice. All right. Oh, thank you for putting us on proper sides here.
Yeah, Bill Loungers versus
Dude, this was awesome. It was cool to see everybody in the Discord for this kind of match too.
Yeah, everyone was super excited.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like whenever it's Loungers versus SLTC, ETB, or like the Lazy Boys,
The boys come out.
All the lads come out and just like sit and like hang around.
Yeah. So, because at the end of the day, we're both communities, and so I think that's cool. We're not like a smaller group of a team, so it's nice to see
Mhm.
everybody kind of giving love to the ICL.
And I think like because of the ICL, like these communities have like grown closer.
Yeah, for sure. It's just awesome. Chat with people like I played against Sisu yesterday, or never mind. That might come up later in the video. But like we've never played against each other, so that was cool.
Yeah.
And I
No,
like
it
that.
was a fun game to watch.
And or how many people like to play against Harlan Sweet? That's pretty neat. Don't really get to do that too often at an American event.
It's true.
Let's see. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah. So this week was Infinity Fumbles. How did you prepare for Infinity, knowing that you are a core stand at the moment?
Man, I've had one deck sleeved for Infinity since like pretty much Infinity testing started. I mean, for us, Franz, I think we are in the smaller percentile of people who will start practicing for an event, what, 4 months out or something like that. So we've been both playing Infinity now for quite some time.
Yeah.
I want to say that nothing really appealed to me, but all the Amber cards seem fascinating. I just haven't sleeved it. So I think really came down to, well, my two teammates already had their decks picked out. I already had one sleeved, and it was not conflicting with their choices, so I just stuck with what I had already. But I would have probably I've been playing a lot more green, yellow discard and Amber Steel songs lately. So those have been kind of my jam. I just kind of want to play Amber cards right now.
I mean,
And then, yeah,
honestly, like why wouldn't you, man? Akud is so crazy in this format.
Man, right, and basically like a few weeks ago, yellow purple whale combo is kind of my favorite thing to do, and Braden just played that on the ICL recently, and what a fun deck.
Yeah, he played it on Tuesday for the Lazy Boys against Blue Steel, and I don't really think either of those games felt close ever.
Something about cheating a Monstro whale quite early is a very terrifying thing for a lot of decks,
Oh yeah.
specifically Blue Steel. I don't know how you banish a whale.
I mean, hopefully you play Let It Go.
1.15 speed. All right. Sounds good. So some speed Kana.
So I think did Harlan win the dice roll here?
I don't believe so. I believe Aaron is going first here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Go ahead.
But yeah, like for me, for like the Infinity testing, like after the high, like I have been playing before the Hiram ban, so everyone was playing like the blue steels, the green blues, the red blues, and some people were playing like the ambers a little bit. But after Hiram, it was pretty much just a floodgate of everyone being like, hey, no one's playing like Bell on one now. Can we just play a bunch of Singer threes? I mean, just sing a Cood all the entire time, and just went crazy from there.
Yeah, actually, speaking of singers, that was like my scariest thing is like you could do all this stuff and cheat out characters, but if your opponent still ramped into Hiram, it was still pretty hard to win those games. Now that we have the Hiram Flaversham ban, we could see things like, a Zootopia and Ink of a Darkwing Duck. And so, all right, we see Blue Steel on Aaron's side, and Harlan Sweet, known for being a Blue Steel player, asking what Zootopia does. Very interesting question from the Blue Steel player, Harlan Sweet.
Yeah, and from what it looks like, we're playing. So yeah, the ward for 4/1 Darkwing Duck into a Zootopia. That is a very Kiwi thing to do.
Yeah, and we see an ink of a 3-cost bell and a popsicle, and a pop the popsicle using Bell's effect to play the bell for free.
Just like one of the absolute worst things you can see from our inside when you play a location on 1 and your opponent plays a 3/3 for free on turn 1.
Yeah, actually, I'd be regretting playing this location at this moment for that reason. I think it's a 4 willpower location, right?
It is, yeah. It's 4, and then once during your turn, if you move something there, you can draw a card and discard a card. So very, very, very interesting for a deck that's playing a decent amount of inkables, just to have a little bit more utility with their 1-drop location.
Ooh, and we have the Lilo bundled up here. Really, really strong card. When I first saw this card, we got some rules clarifications on it. But I mean, that doesn't get banished by a 3/3 bell.
Correct.
Alone, at least.
And even, especially now in a format that's playing stuff like the Bell and playing like Let the Storm Rage on, that Lilo just gets even better when those boards are a little bit more narrowed. So now you're forcing Harlan to either choose between punching the location once or punching the Lilo twice.
Yeah. And so we did see the 3 damage go onto the location. It did get to stick around for a turn. We have an Ink of a Micduck Manor, one of my favorite cards, and Alice Savvy Sailor coming down.
Yeah, that Alice is a staple for the Kiwi deck, being able to quest, give something ward and an extra lore, just being able to really turbocharge that game plan of just getting to 20 lore.
Yeah, so Alice is when you quest, you could give a character +1 lore pip and also a ward, which the ward is quite important, especially for your bodyguards. We saw on Harlan's side an Ink of a Horseman, a 4/4 bodyguard, and we have a Pete coming down to stop the actions over on Harlan's side. The real key to a lot of these steel matchups right now happen to be the Pete wars.
Yeah, being able to, it often comes down to who's playing the last peak, because not only do you stop your opponent from singing a song on their next turn, but you develop your own singer yourself. And if you have a strength in hand and you just keep playing Pete's, whoever has the last one has a wide enough board to just wipe out the others.
Yeah, and a 3/3 for 3 is still pretty good body rate. When we look at Ironside, we have a 3 cost 1/4 and a 2 cost 1/2. Not a lot of strength on side of Aaron. We have another Alice coming down.
Yeah, get the Alice there, not inking, so we might have a little bit of a flood of inkability here, but we're still building a board that can quest for a decent amount if we play a bodyguard in the next turn or two, being able to play, like, drop down either a Horseman or a Pluto and give it ward, and then quest out for 7 more because we have a second Alice.
Yeah, and we did see the Storm Rage onto the Lilo to eat the effect of not taking damage from the first application of damage. There we go. It's worded weirdly, that card, compared to others. And then we saw the strength to finish off the Lilo, and now we have 3 3/3s on the board. We played another Smee, and we have another Lilo on Harlan's side this time while they're already ahead. Very tough spot for Aaron here.
Yeah, we're really going to start to try to look for a way to build our own board on our inside, while also being able to sing a few songs and maybe take out 1 or 2 characters. But nope, just a third Alice coming down.
So let's see. If all the Alices quested, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? 8 lore,
it would be 9. So it's 6 plus the 3 effects.
Well, yeah, but the one effect wouldn't be applied to the other, right?
1, 2, 5, and 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, you're right. It would be 8. Yes, yeah.
But wow, and we have the Alice challenge into Smee here. We have an Ink from Harlan to play Doc. Are you a big Doc fan? Because Doc seems to be the bane of my existence most of the time.
I'm a Doc enjoyer. I've purple steeled for a long time. I've green steeled with Doc in like set 5. It's been a very, very impactful card in my life. I've really enjoyed that card.
A real meta warper of a card too.
Oh, yeah.
What a good card. And we see Aaron finally able to get to his 4th Ink and then plays his bodyguard Exerted, able to quest and buff here. We see a little bit of an interesting sequence though. Aaron feels like he should have quested and buffed 1 Alice to get an extra lore point, and then quested with that Alice to then give the ward to the Horseman.
Yeah, it just seems like a potential rush of the ink there. We would generally go Alice into the Horseman. So we lose out on one lore here, but it doesn't look like that's going to be that big of a deal because man, the board disparity is crazy.
Yeah, and it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 lore, 7, 8 lore on board for Harlan Suite here. Getting to that 16 lore, and then really tough time to deal with that wide of a board in the Kiwi Mirror.
Yeah, always going to come down to it's going to come down to how many songs that we can sing here to get rid of as many characters while keeping your own characters on board, not giving up your lore while taking out their lore and then being able to quest out.
And the Lilo, I think, really solidifies this game here.
Yeah, it's just too wide of a board to even think about dealing with at the moment. I'm not even sure if we even need to trade at all to set up game on board while stopping Arn from questing out.
Not really here. So Arn could quest for 3 with the Alice, buffing the other Alice. That would give you around 5. And then you could give 2 lore pips to the Horseman. So that would be 7.
Yeah.
So even then, this kind of matchup doesn't really have lore from hand. I think the only option really being the 5 cost Baymax 2/6 that would heal a card and give 2 lore for each damage healed up to 2 damage. So.
Yeah, so we were only questing up to 13, and with a potential Baymax that would only get us to 15, and we didn't even have damage on anything. So very, very understandable scoop there. Harlan was just going to be able to quest out next turn. So we're gonna move forward. What do you think is going through Arn's head here as to like what type of mulligans is he looking for based off of what he's seen?
Yeah, I think when we looked at the hand there, we definitely saw too many Alice's in hand, and probably at least an action or 2 that got blocked by the Pete. So on this altar, I think we're going to try to really look for a softer curve, less uninkables. Maybe you keep 1 Alice, probably, maybe a Doc, but other than that, you got to be really careful about keeping any other uninkables.
Mm-hmm. And you also saw that Harlan was able to use, I believe, 2 songs on his side. So a potential Pete, if we're playing it, would also be, I think, pretty nice.
Yeah, exactly. And you are on the play, so you kind of get to usually play the songs first. But, if they Pete you, then you kind of have to have a response of Peating them back.
Yeah.
Or Keep the Ancient Ways, another new card that I think is going to be quite a big part of the Steel matchup. But I don't know if we would play it in this kind of deck.
It's I would say probably not, because we're not really having an excess of hand. Like the Kiwi deck has always mostly just been curving out and winning on pretty thin margins.
Yeah, exactly. And you look at their board and you're like, well, it's 3 characters, but then you kind of forget that that's 8 lore because of Alice or things of that nature. So it goes pretty quick at times. And then not to mention McDuck Manor too. So imagine having to deal with all those characters and then a location with 9 willpower.
Yeah, we see in Arn's build that he has two different locations here, and that's like probably targeted a little bit more towards the lower to the ground decks that are in the meta right now, the Amber Steels of the world, the Green Steels of the world, who are just trying to play those small characters early on, and potentially discard your hand. But if you just drop a McDuck Manor, that's hard to deal with.
Yeah, that's hard for any deck to deal with, really. We did get a new McDuck Manor Blaster in Copper, the 8/5 Rush, which maybe could come into some kind of meta, but I think you would really need to be targeting some specific locations for that one.
Yeah, and any deck that can play the Copper can also just play a Maui as well.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we have an Ink of the Cogsworth. Are you a fan of Cogsworth, the 2/5 ward giving resist 1 to the rest of your characters?
So I've always been a fan of like the Cogsworth and Smee interaction, just being able to quest for free with Smee and essentially not have to worry about the damage. I think time will tell if the Cogsworth is good enough in this meta or if it's just a little bit too slow. If I had to guess right now, it might be a little bit too slow.
Yeah, and speaking of hand disparity here, we've seen now a 1-drop item that draws a card for Harlan both games into the Bell. Very strong. We see a Splatter Phoenix inked here, one of the new underdog cards. Quite a strong card, I would say. Quest for 2 has ward, so it has some options there if you could play it on turn 1, but it looks like it probably came out just a little too late there for Aaron to play it.
Yeah, it's a very strong addition into the into the Kiwi deck, but I feel like when you're playing against a Kiwi mirror and they're throwing down a bell on turn one both turns, it's just not going to be fast enough.
Yeah, and I just realized I meant it came out when he was on the play. One of the weaknesses of the underdog cards is you don't really want to be playing them on 2 usually, maybe outside of Christopher Robin. But and we see the Pete here, so we do get to Pete first.
Very good setup here. If Harlan has a Pete, if we did have another 3-drop though, I feel like I would have preferred playing the 3-drop to try to bait out Harlan to play his own Pete, so we can answer that Pete with another Pete.
Yeah, you really got to make it's a real Pete check right now. If Harlan plays a Pete here, now the response is back onto Aaron to respond there. But we do see the Alice Savvy Sailor coming down. So that's a warded threat, a warded singer. So would not be able to interact with it until it turns sideways.
Yeah, so here we would definitely be looking to either set up our own Alice or set up a strength line where we can take out either the Bell or the Smee, depending on if we want to get rid of a singer or more lore. But no, we're playing the Pluto here and getting the strength here.
A lot of cool cards right there on that table. Angel Experiment 624, one of the strongest cards in core. Still yet to be seen its effectiveness in Infinity, but we have the classic Kiwi line of on 4, play Pluto 5/5 bodyguard, and ask your opponent to deal with it.
Yeah, and that was about as good a turn as you can ask for in there. Is like taking out a singer and then putting down your own bodyguards. Here we're justified in taking out the singer because we do have a song. Hopefully, we're leaving a song unused in Harlan's hands with that.
Yeah, and so we are able to banish this Pluto with a really good value of Let the Storm Rage On. Quite a still powerful card in the meta. And we have one of the newer cards that came out, a 4/4 bodyguard, the Headless Horseman, with 1 lore pip on it.
Yeah, also a very strong addition to this Kiwi deck, as they were already playing the Pluto, the 5/5 with bodyguard. So now we're able to play a 4/4 with bodyguard with just a slight downside of it being less, but the upside of always having that 4/4 instead of being a 5/5 once.
Yeah, and from what I've heard from Harlan is that he definitely prefers having the guaranteed bodyguard. Where if this angel came down and you played Pluto, that's a pretty bad line to take because now it's going to have that minus health because we're going to use the angel effect, deal 2 damage, and then we're having cat attack at the moment.
The cat loves to jump on me. It's fine. So let's see. What we target?
We discarded with Angel. We discarded the Cogsworth to use Angel's effect to deal 2 damage to the Headless Horseman.
Yeah, and that's something that would have been much bigger of a problem if that was a Pluto instead of the Headless Horseman, because we would have been able to challenge with the Pete into there and have the Pete live, and then we would be able to use that Shmi on something else. So here we're trying to set up as much damage as possible, but we are unfortunately leaving both the Shmi and the Alice alive.
Yeah, and we see they both have 1 willpower left. We're still 2 ink off of possible Tinkerbell, but unlikely in these games when they're lower on the curve, not usually playing a 6-cost character. Let's see what we have here. We do have a Mulan discarding a Strength of the Raging Fire. We have 1 card in hand for Aaron, so the ability for Angel having the resist 2 is not activated.
Yeah, getting that angel snipe there is really tough. Did we ink last turn from Aaron?
We did not ink last turn.
Yeah, so like that card either has to be uninkable or it has to be a really good card, because getting that resist on Angel is pretty important.
Yeah, my guess, I think it is uninkable. If I remember correctly here, it's Cogsworth. Oh. All right, so it was inkable. But,
so it was just really good. Yeah.
Or it would have been the Cogsworth, right? Because we discarded a Cogsworth to play Angel. So yeah, and we played the Pluto the previous turn, so we did not ink. Yeah, correct. So it was just the Cogsworth.
And made the mana coming down really, really good here, especially when you already have the board control.
And this is what we were talking about, right? 2 strength is going to be really tough to take out this location. Sure, and the Cogsworth would probably challenge into the Alice first. But then you expose your Cogsworth here where Mulan and Smee can challenge back into it.
Yeah, and here we are able to get to a location, but that is a location that does get to filter us if it lives a turn.
Yeah. And would you ever challenge with your Cogsworth into anything here? I just don't think he can afford to.
It's tough. Like the only way that Harlan would be able to remove it would be to send both the Mulan and the Smee into it. But he could also do something like this where he just has a popsicle and is able to heal off some damage. Um, it does take off at least one, if not two cards, and puts 2 damage on like the mana or something like that. But it's tough. I don't think it's worth it. I think we're trying to just to get ourselves into a position where we get either another angel or something else that can challenge well, but just coming down with the mana as well. We have some real estate here.
Yeah, certainly developing a full neighborhood. Wow. And now what a swing of lore here. So we finally have Alice turn sideways here, give some lore to the Smee or Mulan, but the 4 lore that we're about to get for the turn is going to be very, very scary here.
Yeah, and just seeing it peak come down, it's just a bit unfortunate in terms of the draws that have come Arn's way. He on the play both games, he gotten to 0 cards, and Harlan was just able to use the strong steel songs that we all know and love to really take control of the board and then just drop some manners and drop some characters. First game was 1 billion characters. Second game was just 2 castles.
Yeah, wow. And so we have 1 card in hand for Harlan. It's going to be rough because we still don't have 9 strength on the side of Aaron here. But with Alice, we're probably going to be able to ward whatever we play here, usually protecting it in this kind of matchup. Not a lot of threats to warded characters.
Important to note that bodyguard does only work for characters, so even if there's a bodyguard, we can still challenge into those manners.
Yes. So let's see what comes out here for Harlan. Ooh, the Lilo and a dock. And they always have it, is what I say.
Always the dock. Always the dock. It always comes at either the best of it either comes at the worst moments, as in I mulligan into 2 to 3 of them, or it comes off the top of the deck when the board is like at parity, or I have control of the board already and it just draws me into 2 more cards and just absolutely kills any hope my opponent has of getting back in this game.
And it looks like we have game on board since we just have a McDuck Manor come down for Aaron here. And we had game multiple waves on Adam's side, so tough to
just some tough games like we just saw. It was a steel mirror, and the person who was able to utilize the steel songs the best in the matchup was able to build their board.
Yeah, that was quite unfortunate for Aaron there. But it's Harlan Sweet, right? Like, he's one of the designers of this Kiwi style archetype, so it makes sense that like if anyone can win with Kiwis on the draw 2 games in a row, it's going to be him.
Yeah. And we saw a little bit of a design difference too with the 4/1 Darkwing Ducks. I know Harlan was not playing that. Is very interested to start trying that card in the deck. Zootopia as a location is not as powerful as a McDuck Manor, but it has the utility of being able to draw a card and discard a card, so maybe help cycle through some bad cards.
Yeah, and I really like the Darkwing Duck, just being able to have a character that is warded and have that much strength in a format that doesn't have many ways to just deal 1 damage to something without targeting it. I think it's a very interesting card in this meta, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a power crept Aaron, or what was the Argus? That was his name, the 4/1.
Yeah, the Argus.
Yeah, and they were playing that in similar versions of this deck before rotation, just because the 4 strength on the character was strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got to get those daisies somehow, you know.
This next match is going to be quite interesting. I'm very interested to listen to this one because one of the people casting is also playing.
Yeah, so, this is like ego tripping.
So we get perspective of like all your moves. You're gonna be like, oh, this fumbles guy, this Rick here. You know,
I can go into more like detail of why I did what, but I think,
like that.
Yeah, all right.
And Fumbles here is playing against Sisu. And we're gonna pop on over to that.
Yeah, Sisu, a new addition to the Lounger team. If you guys don't know, the Loungers were split into 2 teams this time, captained by Josh, which is this team, and then my team, the Lazy Boys, on the other side of the bracket. We did a nice little Lounger draft, and Sisu made it through on Josh's side.
Yeah, Sisu is a player that I've seen around a lot. We've talked at a few events, always doing well as well. In New Jersey, which is local to me, being in New York, but we never really faced each other at local events or anything like that before. So I was very excited to start playing against him.
And we do
And,
see a
go ahead.
beast into Mulan. If you are not new to Infinity or the old format, you see a beast, you see a green card discarded off of Mulan, and it's on, baby. It's some green steel.
So first thing going through my head, it wasn't a 1-cost Diablo. We're already happy about that because we are playing purple cards. And one of the scariest things with purple cards is playing right into a shifted Diablo and all your 1-drops being very fragile to a Storm Rage on.
Is your deck playing the Peter Pan Shadow?
It is playing Peter Pan Shadow Finder, a card that I did keep in my hand all 3 games, which spoiler, sorry. But we see a morph come down here, one of the strongest cards in this deck. We saw this really come out for Vegas, morph in green steel for DLC Vegas, I should say, because we had the ideas of shifting the Beast Tragic Hero, Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, or even Diablo Obedient Raven.
Yeah. I was one of the people that
Devoted
were,
Herald. That's the one.
I was one of the people that was like really Morph's strongest believer all through its lifespan. It's one of my favorite cards in this game, actually. I think the design is really cool, and in this deck specifically, like being able to go into a turn 3 and shift a Diablo, play a Ursula or play a Pete to protect that Diablo, or fork, or just do this against some decks which is just shifted Beast and start drawing cards against a deck that can't really out it or can't put damage on it this early.
So important thing here, and one of my favorite things to do against steel decks is playing 3 1-drops. It allows you to be able to have Fox. They can't really get rid of all 3 characters. It was putting 5 strength down on the board because if it was a shifted Beast, it now freezes Beast. So a lot of different tools here, and we're going to see the Peter Pan Shadow Finder come out here to challenge and banish this Mulan.
Yeah, just get the value, man. Like a lot of purple decks just feasting on people turning sideways a little bit too early with either the Fox or the Shadow Finder. And now that Shadow Finder unlocks so many other possibilities, like playing even like an Iago on turn 4, a Genie on turn 4, a Dumbo now on turn 4, and just turning those into threats going forward.
Yeah, so it really makes you think what other evasives this person could be playing. At the moment, though, it's kind of like one of the only evasives I actually have. I have Peter Pan Shadow Finder and Elsa in this deck because I think more importantly, you just need to have the answer to Diablo as quick as possible. And without this deck really high rolling, it's tough to get that without having Elsa get you there. But we have Belle.
Yeah, this is like a really good setup for green steel here. Just being able to have the Beast be unimpeded for a few turns and setting up an Ursula, and like a strength here would be crazy. A sudden chill with a Prince John would be crazy here. We'll see what goes on.
Yeah, I'm a little low on resources here. We do see the Prince John, so I'm thinking, okay, is double sudden chill about to happen? But we have actually the We Don't Talk About Bruno onto the Belle. Snowfield Strategist. One of the cards that I think makes this deck really crazy is because all of your 1-drops that banish themselves and draw a card can then go to your Inkwell. So you get a little bit extra resources. But we do see the We Don't Talk About Bruno hit the new 4-cost Belle.
Yeah, very very good hit there too. Because I think like without that Belle there, it's really hard for this deck to ramp up the value engine that it gets, because when this deck goes off with value, it just goes. Like, you go from like 1 or 0 to 1 cards in hand to like 5 or 6 in
and like 10 ink, like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's the appeal of playing Blurple and Infinity. I think the biggest thing I'm thinking of now is please do not have an Ursula sing Let the Storm Rage on to banish 2 characters.
Yeah, not having the song for Ursula, a bit unfortunate, but we're still able to keep it upright for now. We are losing the Beast here, but that is it's fine. We have a field of Ursula and Prince John, and that's really where we want to be.
Yeah, and you have one of your draw engines online, really.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to empty my hand here a little bit as best as I can to avoid having Prince John really run away with this game.
We do get that storm off the top.
Yeah, so right now this is bad because we're gonna probably target this broom here. We're probably gonna target the Peter Pan. So it's really tough now as our board is looking a little shaky. We have the Merlin Crab, one of the strongest cards in the purple deck, being able to banish this Ursula in return, and this Olaf isn't really helping us too much right now.
Yeah, it's a, I would say it's probably slightly favored towards green steel at the moment, which is with the amount of cards in hand. But the board state is pretty close. But here we do see that beautiful enchanted Diablo.
And I'm getting ready to discard a card here, but it doesn't come through.
Yeah, I think you did that a few times in the match where you just held the card over the discard.
I've played a lot against green steel, and really, I'm just I'm ready to discard my hands. It's just really where it comes down. But we do get to keep our.
That quest is pretty interesting to me. Just the ward is very important in this matchup because unless you have a Demona, you're not able to take out that Prince John. It's possible that CC just has another Prince John or two in hand, but without that, like giving up every card on board in green steel is one less card that strength has for value. I don't love it, but I don't hate it because the board state is pretty low now. Just like getting rid of the Olaf, I think is fine, especially if we have another Prince John in hand.
But importantly, we kind of got punished because we turned that Prince John sideways, where we have Cruella de Vil style icon come down. So Cruella here says, once during your turn, whenever a character with 2 cost or less is banished, you could put the top card of your deck into your inkwell. And then also has the ability of during your turn, each opposing character with 2 cost or less gets -1 attack. So I was able to take advantage of that ability from hand and get the extra ink. But even then, it looks like we got rid of the Prince John because we had 2 other Prince Johns.
Yeah. And like I probably wouldn't have done that. I don't think the incremental lore is not really an issue in this matchup. I prefer like just stacking up the Prince Johns because every Prince John I get makes a top deck Sudden Chill or top deck Bruno
even stronger. Yeah, I agree. So we are 1 Fox on board to a Diablo draw engine. It's where it gets really scary here. And then I just inked my crab, I believe, and I'm really regretting that decision right now once I see this Pete Space Pirate come down.
Yeah, Pete Space Pirate, very much a tech for the Amber Steel, but also this deck just missed a big dude to play. And just deal with these boards. We see Sisu debating
learning the lesson of questing with those Prince Johns, but we're gonna do one of my favorite moves and play a Fox and then quest with a Fox, pick up Fox with Fox, and then we have Cruella come down.
Yeah, and the good thing we didn't quest those Prince John because that would have been a rough play. But here, like I said, like any top deck Sudden Chill just is even better based off of how many Prince Johns you had. It looks like it's about to start snowballing here. So I don't think that initial Prince John quest did end up mattering too much, but it could have, which we'll always want to play perfectly.
And then one of the worst things to do is playing Rabbit at this point when you're behind into Diablo. But we did find the answer for Diablo, but is it a little too late? That's what we're about to find out.
Yeah, so we get there, and we get to take out the 2 Prince Johns, but we do still have 5 lore on board with Sisu at 13. I think that was a huge part about Green Steel is knowing when to rip it all sideways and just go for game. I think that was a good decision.
Great quest, honestly, because if I were to have that turn and you just played Diablo and then just exerted Space Pirate Pete, maybe I could start swinging back and clawing back into the game because now your board's just Prince Johns and Diablo 1 costs, and you're really wondering where this game went wrong.
Yep, and with those Prince Johns, we already got the value of the Sudden Chill out. So now we just have to build a board that survives a single turn of challenging from you, and we're at 18 already.
Yeah, and again, that the Pete alone is enough for game. So unless we could banish something that has resist when exerted, it's going to be pretty tough. So Right now, we're just trying to see what we could draw here, what we have to get rid of. And realistically, the Diablo and Ursula are actually the bigger problems because I could throw my entire board into this Pete, but I still can't have a way to exert this Ursula, and I don't have the Peter Pan anymore to challenge the Diablo.
Yeah, I think this game specifically is a really good microcosm of like really small decisions leading to an outcome of a match. Like we saw that the Prince John quest being able to give you value early. We also saw you inking the crab leading to a Space Pirate Pete that quest I believe 3 times.
Yeah.
So like it's really small decisions in Infinity that are leading to really majorly different outcomes down the line.
Yeah. And maybe if we are able to banish that Pete, it gives me the extra turn that maybe finds me a Demona, and then I could start clawing my way back into this. All right.
So I believe you're going first now, which means that any potential like Diablo that he gets, any shift Pete gets that just one less turn of value before you're able to get to either the Peter Pan or like an Elsa to tap down the beast.
Yeah, and so again, now that I know him against green steel, everything that can fight a Diablo is staying in the hand. So I would probably keep like an Elsa. I would probably keep a Peter Pan, especially if I have a way to get to the Elsa quickly. But if any Peter Pan staying in the hand. So when we're sending back to as Sisu, I would think, okay, he probably has some kind of good start.
Yeah, I think as a green steel player myself, if I see a purple player not throw back 7, I'm expecting a Peter Pan in the hand like every single time.
Yeah. And so Sisu opened up with Mulan game 1, did not have Diablo 1 drop. So will we see Diablo shift this game? One of the strongest starts.
Yeah, I do think it's pretty important that green steel players recognize when to and when to not Diablo. And on the draw against a purple deck, against someone who we know is playing the Peter Pan, might not be the best place for it unless we have just that absolute nuts of shift and then storm and have an answer for the Peter Pan. Maybe an I'm still here to protect the Diablo against the Peter Pan for a turn. And we do know that Sisu is playing the I'm still here.
Yeah, and so we did ink our friends on the other side, a card that's a little bit risky to keep in hand. We did choose to quest with our Chernobog followers and banish it because just in case Diablo was shifted and saying, let the Storm Rage on, you got to be careful. You can't give away your 1-drops for free.
All fantastic plays into when you're looking into an Emerald Steel deck. Every card that you can get against the Emerald Steel player is so important, and every card you lose against Emerald Steel is also super important. So maximizing the value is really where you want to be.
And we're okay to give Cusco away to let the Storm Rage on because it draws us a card back. So we trade even there. But we don't have any shift Diablo. We just have Mulan come down. Ink and pass pretty much is what this turn was for Sisu. So we're feeling okay. We have 3-cost character now that could come down. I think I actually go with the Peter Pan anyway. Let's see here. What do I play? Oh, Cruella de Vil style icon. So so we do actually take back that Cusco quest because remember when I read Cruella, it was on your turn. Big part of that.
Very, very big part. And I think either of those plays isn't a bad thing because like just getting a Peter Pan online for a potential top deck Diablo is not bad.
Yeah, but you do all open it up to maybe a Strength of the Raging Fire. So you really want to try to keep that kind of threat in hand. That way it doesn't get punished by just playing it out for no value.
And here we're doing our thing. We're trying to set up Ursulas against a deck that we know can't currently really out an Ursula on 3.
Yeah, very, very tough card. It's actually it's the worst card you could see on 4 ink. We do have a rabbit come down. So we have things that would survive double Let the Storm Rage on. And we have another character that would survive even if Ursula sang twice. We would have 1 character stay on board. And maybe we could then banish the Ursula in return.
Yeah, so here as the green steel player, I think ideally we're looking for either a double sudden chill or a double strength on the rabbit and the Cruella to try to just mitigate as much of the bounce potential as we have. But here we're looking for a Max Goof, one of my favorite cards in this deck right now. Just being able to pick up those songs, infinitely gives you so much more value out of those songs. Because before, where you were discarding a song, that song was gone forever. But now you're discarding a song that's just in the bin for later.
Yeah, and important to note, this is one of the strongest cards that was printed in Infinity and never really got to see its light of day yet. But in Fabled, I mean, but in Infinity, this card is very strong because there's much stronger songs to get back with the Max Goof ability,
as well as muses that you can just pick up the Max Goof every single turn, not leave and like never leave it up for your opponent to banish it. You just play it every turn, you sing every turn, you bounce it every turn, you play another one, you get the song back.
Yeah, and me immediately respecting the Max Goof. Shift in Max Goof here could go also pretty crazy. We had the resist on the Ursula, and luckily enough, I did have the Into the Unknown, or else I would not be able to banish that Ursula.
Yep, huge shift here. In just like the board presence, in one turn, you can see that we go from having an Ursula and a Max Goof, which is just pretty strong, especially if we have a muses in hand, to your opponent just like doubling your board, and now you only have one drops.
Yeah, and two of which would draw me a card if they were to be banished. So we're feeling pretty good right now. My opponent here plays a Beast Tragic Hero, a card that is very difficult to deal with because with limited exerts, it's going to be hard to banish this Beast and could start drawing cards. But on our side of the board, on my side of the board here, we have the Merlin Rabbit, a card that really could run away with this game. If I have a Fox in hand and starts bouncing this Rabbit, things could start really swinging in my favor.
Yeah, like I said, every extra card that you get against Green Steel is just another card that isn't getting removed off of Sudden Chill. And especially if you're able to bounce and replay it, you're keeping your board upright, you're keeping your lore protected. It's just a fantastic loop.
Yeah, and so we do play the 4-cost Bell here because now what would happen is if Sisu starts trying to challenge or banish some of these cards, they would all go straight into my Inkwell, and that's a very scary thing to do, and against a purple deck that could just draw a bunch of cards.
Yeah, and there's the muses, which is the biggest counter, I would say, to that Bell, is just being able to sing, remove the Bell, and then and be able to take care of the board from there.
Yeah, so we do see Let the Storm Rage On. Ursula would have loved to sing that song, probably drew it off of the I'm Still Here's. And now we have an issue at hand of that. We now exerted this Beast, which was our only singer for Let the Storm Rage On. We can banish one character with that Let the Storm Rage On. But the more important thing here is that we can now bounce that Bell back.
I think this is definitely the correct decision. Like being able to cut off that Corella and Bell engine is definitely where we want to be. Especially like if we're just taking out the Cusco here, like it's not doing much.
Yeah, exactly. And so we now open up our 1-cost Diablo or Mulan to now trade into the Cruella. So we do have a hard-casted Sudden Chill here, but since that is a song, we will get to use the Muse's effect here and bounce back that Cusco, now enabling 0 value for it to be bounced back to hand.
Yeah. And this is a very good swing turn where you're able to take out the Corella, leave with just a Rabbit and an Elsa, but you still do leave the Rabbit.
Yeah. Mulan not really being too effective at this point in the game where the Diablo is much more valuable. So we're going to obviously challenge with the Mulan instead. All right. And we will now use Broom from hand using the Bell Snowfield Strategist. We're going to banish that Broom and put it into our hand or into our Inkwell. We're going to challenge with Elsa to put it into our Inkwell. And so we damage the Beast. The Beast engine draw is now offline. So we now have, I should have some ink available here too. So we'll see if I just overexerted.
Does Bell put in exerted?
Oh, it does put in exerted. Yeah. So I'm just overthinking that. But we do have one extra ink here and we just pass without exerting our Rabbit now because we don't want to give it away for free, which is what the Beast would do. Pete and Prince John.
Very interesting board here. Like any strength or Bruno would really help with taking back this board. No, don't have it right now though, but we are able to get a quest. That Beast quest is a little bit freer now because it would force you to remove your Rabbit, even though you do get the draw. Sometimes I think that the Rabbit being on board is is better. But here, the library on top of that, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, and important to note that Beast, when damaged, gets Challenger 4 or 3. I think he hits for 7, right?
Hits for 7, yeah.
Yeah, so really big threat to the library. But we had no board into now 2 libraries, which could be pretty scary because there is a lot of strength on Sisu's board here to banish these libraries. But I think what I was thinking about here is nothing could get strength, nothing could get removed. And overall, still didn't have enough strength to take out a library. But with that shifted Pete, changes the math a little bit.
Yeah, it is important too, because like just being like forcing the green steel player to turn those warded characters sideways and take a turn off of questing is very important.
So I'm thinking this is looking rough. We have the muses down. We have only a library on board, and my opponent has 5 characters. I don't think I could really swing this back. But one of my favorite cards of recent is this Hades 5 cost, which is almost always going to let me draw 2 cards in this matchup, and luckily no Diablo to punish me.
What did you choose there with the Hades?
The Pete.
Pete. And oh man, and how many cards? Do you know how many cards you had before you played?
2.
You had 2 cards,
and then drew the 3. And
that's definitely important because man,
yeah.
every purple deck can every extra card that purple has can do something exactly like this, like the crab and the.
I drew the Peter Pan off of this, and that was pretty important because we actually go and challenge the Prince John. I was thinking between the Muses and Prince John, but we didn't sing a song last turn if it wasn't like a sudden chill, so we didn't have that. So I was thinking like, what could we have that could be bounced back? But when you look at my board, there's only one thing he can bounce back, which is Peter Pan, which is actually probably what I would want to have bounce back anyway. So
yeah, like the only like potential punish would be like a max goof loop, and I think there's like a sudden chill. I think there's a storm in the bin right now for Sisu, so that's a consideration. But like when you're trying to fight back on the board, I think getting the Prince John is much better.
Yeah, exactly. So I knew the draw engine was offline, so I wanted to make sure that no cards were coming into Sisu's hand here. But we did shift the beast onto the morph, and we chose the crab. And we now have to give our crab buff away because crab is a mandatory trigger. And wisely, we do not choose.
Yeah, there has been a few times where I've been able to leave the crab as the last thing alive on their board and then force them to choose one of my things, and then I'm able to take out a location. It feels great every single time.
And so the libraries did their job, in my opinion. We already got our cards back. We got a ton of ink off of them and drew cards. So we're okay to let the library go. Now I also started drawing into all my libraries. So,
let the library go, you said.
So I still have this crab in hand. I was debating on throwing the Hades into the Pete here to banish Pete, but I think now we take out the beast because, again, like we said, Sisu has no cards in hand now. Making sure that they're drawing only 1 card per turn is quite important to keep my advantage up.
And this also lets you keep the Hades on the board too. Like it's just extra value.
Yep. And so if Sisu wants to banish this library, has to challenge the entire board into the library.
It can just be the Peach, right?
Sure. But again, can't really change the math elsewhere, right?
Sure,
so I think I had a friends on the other side left in hand.
Bang.
Which was unfortunate because Sisu did play a Pete referee. And now does the Muses challenge into Hades here to banish Hades?
I think at this point I would.
Yeah.
I don't want to risk you drawing a
bounce.
Like a bounce spell for that.
Yeah.
So like I'm fine leaving the Muses up. It's unfortunate because you have the crab and you're able to take care of at least the Pete.
Yeah. So right here, I think I drew a really good card, which was Fox.
Oh yeah, Fox is nuts here because you can go crab into the Muses. You can Fox bounce the crab. Fox alone can then take care of the Pete.
I think I found the best line for this, which was actually picking up the Peter Pan, having crab challenge the 3/3 Pete, and then having Fox buff with the crab after banish to then finish off the Space Pirate Pete. And so I do this a little quickly, and I'm gonna have to explain it to Sisu after because I did do this a little.
Yeah. So the difference is here. The difference is that we keep the Peter Pan alive.
Peter Pan is still on the board, and if we chose to buff the Peter Pan, we can't take out the 5/5 Pete. If we chose to bounce Crab, we don't have a good challenger for anything else. But now we're racing. We're both top decking, and I want to say my cards are a little bit better on the top deck side, unless we already gone through a few 5-cost cards as well.
Well, not only do you have the better, I think you have overall better cards for a stalled game state. He has more bombs, like a Diablo, like a beast.
So I chose to challenge with the goat there, probably unnecessary, but I just wanted to make sure that if the game goes a little bit longer, that the resources on Sisu's side is smaller. So
we're thinking about the morph quest here.
Morph
I think
quest.
morph quest is probably.
I think it's a pretty free quest.
It's fine. It's in a low environment, resource environment like this. I think it just has to be.
But I think I found another Peter Pan, which again, you could play any 5 costs off the top of your deck, so you're pretty okay with doing that. And now we have, which is more important, the 2 answers to the Diablo.
Yeah.
And got rid of my Demona there. I probably would have played the Demona after banishing the Diablo, but just because...
the Elsa too. Wow.
Also off the top.
Yeah.
And that would seal the game, as I now have 3 lore on board, being at 17. Very crazy game. That one, I would even go back to watch again. That was, I think...
For sure.
Overall, just being able to get the library value, I think, is what flipped the game around for me.
The fact that you won from a position where you had 1 library versus Sisu's 4 cards on board was pretty crazy.
Yeah, and that game also came down to some very fortunate top decks. The Peter Pan into the Elsa, things that would keep my advantage going.
I think that Fox was also really crazy.
Really crazy. Because I would have had to leave the Pete on board is what was going to happen.
Yeah, so now we're back on Sisu. Obviously a Diablo on the play against a purple deck. Very good.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it the first 2 games, and I know the odds are not in my favor of that happening for a 3rd time in a row.
Hey, sometimes you get there, sometimes you don't, It's sometimes they have them all 3 games, sometimes they haven't none.
So I think this is Pulse Altars, but I want to say that Sisu sent back 2, and so I was like, oh no.
All right, so going into here, very, very, very entertaining match so far.
Yeah, so far back and forth. Even game 1 had its moments. It could have been close, but anything to keep your advantage here. So we do see the Diablo come down on turn 1. We do get to see my hand here. I do have the Peter Pan. I have 3 1-drops, and we have probably an easy ink of a library, but we'll see what happens here. So we do wind up inking the library. I actually drew a friends on the other side for turn here, but we don't ink it because we don't want to give away information that we drew that, and they still know my 6 cards left. So
a little risky business going on over there, Fumbles.
How much do you throw down the Ursula if you have it?
Always.
Yeah.
So unless I have exactly morph into a beast or another Diablo. If I just have Ursula Diablo here, I'm always shoving.
We've now 2 games we've seen Sisu prioritize the morph. So I think I believe that to be true, that they won't play Ursula on 2 at least. So that's kind of was the read. But we do have the Storm onto the 1-drop with the shifted Diablo. Great start. And ink the Ursula into a morph.
Oh, okay. So I will give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that he has either he has another Diablo or a beast. But if I didn't have the Diablo or beast, or if I just had an Ursula, like an Ursula 3 in hand, I'm shoving it down.
You throw it down because you have it, right?
Yeah.
And it's a singer for Sudden Chill. Makes perfect sense. Now we ink it now because we can't run the risk of having it discarded or anything like that. And we threw down the 2 1-drops, like I said. The steel deck, we want to make sure we have a body on board. Oof,
Yep, I'm still here for the
still here.
Pete.
Yeah.
Yep.
And man, this is the craziest opening I've seen Green Seal do in quite some time, because we're thinking about it here. Because I think what's about to happen is every purple player's worst nightmare, which is a shifted Diablo, discard, sing another I'm Still
Oh,
Here.
just absolutely beautiful. Oh my god.
And he knows I have the Peter Pan in hand. I can't get rid of it any other way, so he knows it's still in my hand. And that card looks very silly right now.
Well, yeah, it's like now it just has to stay in your hand because if you play it and he draws a strength, you lose.
Yeah. And so even if I had Cruella here, man, it would be very hard to play it and still banish this Chernobog followers to give 2 cards. Not really worth it. If you're giving the Diablo 1 card, it's maybe worth it, but giving it 2 cards would be too much. And
Ooh,
I
playing out
decided
the 1-drops. Okay.
Yeah, so I decided to still keep to the game plan here. We're just going to play a wider board, and we're going to quest with our followers because I doubt the Diablo is challenging in. So if it was going to get banished, it's going to get banished anyway.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. Versus like just playing the Fox there. I think this is definitely better. Like keeping the board still pretty wide is very important.
Yeah. They can't challenge the Diablos, but these 2/2 could still fight, could still banish a Cove or fight a Cove if it's played. Double morph. Yeah. And now we'll draw 2 off of this Diablo. So 3 cards in hand for Sisu. I have a few myself. We finally get to Peter Pan here, and now we challenge into the Diablo. We ink to 4 here, so we could Elsa in return if he was to banish this Peter Pan. So I'm feeling okay. We're alive right now.
Yeah, like the Diablos are always good, but it's always about what can you set up after the Diablos, because the Diablos like force so much response from your opponent that you're just able to set up those Prince Johns, able to set up those Muses, able to set up the Ursulas for free.
Yeah, and so 2 morphs down. I decided to turn the Olaf sideways because if they challenge into the Olaf, I can bounce my Peter Pan back. If he wants to sequence in that way, he could sacrifice a morph or shift beast. So the punishment there is a shift Pete.
Yeah,
but I think at that point I was okay.
Or a Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell, yeah, true.
I think
but
I remember
it would have been banished before. So and I still and my whole board would have been wiped. So not too much of a punish there.
I remember thinking, like, I remember sitting down and being like, man, what if you like shifted Beast and played Grab Your Swords here? It'd be crazy.
Would be hurtful. I'll say that.
So are we going for the? No, not going for the high roll of taking out the Peter Pan.
Yeah, so that's a tough one. 2 cards in hand to Bruno the Peter Pan to just give it back at health. The healthy Peter Pan is tough. I think we hit the followers here. Yeah. We do hit the followers. I think my hand was Belle and something else, an Elsa maybe. So 2 really good cards. We don't really want those to go away. And so finally, after the other Brunos have hit good cards.
Oh, we just had a song. Okay, that's why.
Yeah, we still have the removal for the Peter Pan now.
I do think here I would take the trade. I would take the trade there to make sure that you don't get Fox value.
Yeah, and now because of that, Olaf can now bounce my Elsa back.
Oh yeah, absolutely should have traded there.
Yeah, Olaf is quite a powerful card. We've seen it mostly bounce Docks and Core Constructed. We've not really seen it bounce too many other cards outside of like Cobras or Docks, but Olaf being bounced back Merlin Rabbit was what was appealing to me in the deck. But bouncing back Elsa turns out to be pretty good too when your opponent plays Ursulas and Diablos.
Yeah, it's like for Green Steel specifically, it's such a deck that against more or less against a purple deck though. If you have the ability to put an empty board onto a purple deck, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
Like the foxes and the crabs are just so important.
Yeah, and denying any bounces, or crab, right? Like anything that could really benefit it. There's not really too many resist gets, but like he opened up to, I could have had Olaf challenge in and get an ink with Cruella, right? There's so many options there. So we're going to play the Elsa again. We're going to tap down and banish the morph. can't get rid of the Ursula just yet. 2 cards in hand, and we're just hoping that there's no powerful song for the Ursula here, no double sudden chill. And we have double Fox.
Double Fox. Oh, double sudden chill, crazy. I don't think you got double sudden chill once.
Nope.
This match.
Very fortunate for that. So we get to reset our our Elsa again. We Fox and Cusco here, and just again praying no removal with the Ursula.
Yep. And we do have a second Ursula here. Pretty important because the Elsa can only tap down the one Ursula. So still keeping us alive for a top deck song.
Yep. All right. So we get to Elsa, and we get to get rid of one of these Ursulas now. Now, importantly, I think I decide to challenge with the Cusco and the Elsa because I wanted to keep Fox as healthy as possible. I wanted to make sure that, if we turned Fox sideways and challenge into the Ursula, the 2-cost Ursula could just challenge back and we lose our Fox.
Yep. And then even if you drew another Elsa, if they have a storm, they take out the Cusco,
Yep.
and then the Elsa can't take out the Ursula. So I think doing that here is very important.
Yeah, it's all about denying the let the storm rage on value here. And so Fox decides to go on a quest, I believe. Again, would have to challenge with 2 characters. Probably a little risky actually to quest there. Probably should just keep it upright.
Yeah, this storm does the same thing here. Well, and it gets to put 2 more damage on the Elsa.
Yeah. And so we see Crab, Fox, and Library. So we get to open ourselves up now to one of my favorite lines. Being able to have Library and asking your opponent to just let it sit there is a very crazy thing to look at.
We have 8, so we have 3, 4, 5. Okay.
I think it's a 1 drop. No, I ink a Crab, play the Library. So I should have 2 cards in hand. I think it's a Crab as well, another Crab. And the Fox. So we ink the Crab there because I think I had a second Crab, and we play the Library because we want Sisu to exert here.
Get the Fox back, draw the card. Those Brunos, man, they always be coming when I'm hard playing with for 5. I don't hate it. It's not horrible.
Yeah, this was pretty good sequencing for me. For the draws that Sisu's getting. No sudden chills, no strengths, no storms, anything that would help snowball Sisu's board here, and that's why I desperately need the exerts to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the Elsa now. We get to finally get rid of this Ursula. And we're able to move our Fox into the Library, protect it just a little bit here. And so we have 6 ink, 2 cards in hand, and a dream.
And is this where we find? Oh,
yeah,
just another Ursula.
Yep. And I'm like, man, I have to get rid of another Ursula.
And it's interesting. Like he didn't turn anything sideways last turn. Now he wants to take out the Fox, playing a Key the Asian Ways.
And I think we challenge into the Library now. Elsa only having 2 strength here, can't banish herself. I think it makes a little bit more sense. But if the punishment here is Crab to get rid of the Pete.
Yep.
And let's see, what do we do here? I think we go pretty crazy here.
Is this where you have the?
No, I don't know yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
I think it's the following turn. Crab.
Now we do the Crab
onto the Elsa. Take out the Pete, which is the highest strength character on the board. We get to pick up our Elsa for a 3rd or 4th time this game.
I love Fox, man. I love Fox so much.
Yeah. So quite a crazy turn. We don't opt to ink here, and we finally see Let the Storm Rage On off the top of Sisu's deck. Has the Ursula able to sing it. And I didn't want to ink my Elsa to move it into the Library. I don't think that was worth it. And we have the Beast. Now, unfortunately for Sisu, knows that I have an Elsa in hand. So this Beast is kind of looking not so great. But we do have the strength to banish the Crab here. So we're actually feeling a lot better now.
Yeah, this is where you would expect to get stuff rolling.
Yeah. So we turned off our Beast Draw engine, and now we bring Sisu back to top decking. Again, the most important thing you could do against these decks is make sure they're only drawing 1 card per turn, because it could go out of hand really quick.
Taking out the location. So, oh yeah, okay, yeah. This is where.
Like, when do we start questing? What are we doing? You know,
Yeah.
It's tough, right? Do you play around Bell? Do you play around Cheshire Cat? Do you play around any of these newer cards that exist? I think it's tough to say. I think you should probably send it here, because but one sudden chill really starts flipping this game around, right?
I probably wouldn't quest here. I would probably quest in a turn when I can send both Prince Johns.
Yeah. All right, and we have finally a Sing of Friends of the Other Side. Great turn coming up here where we get to play Rabbit, Ink, play Cruella. Now we're having equal board size. Very important.
JDC, the longest run on no sudden chill in the history of the game. True. The strength huge here. Surely we take out like the Cruella and the Rabbit, right? That's the play.
I believe we took out Elsa and we took out the Cruella and left me with Rabbit.
Wow. Yeah. The Cruella is definitely 100% correct. The Rabbit.
Yeah, so that's my thought. If we decided to turn sideways this game or this time, why didn't we turn sideways the last time? We were already 3 foxes down. That was the difference. So
it's harder because we would leave the Ursula up.
Yeah. And so we do have the Rabbit challenge into a Prince John. We have the Peter Pan come out now. And so we got to remove 4 lore off the board when our opponent's at 10. Quite a good thing to do here. My last card in hand being Bell and Library. So this is where I don't know if I would have quested that beast.
That's probably I think that's definitely a mistake.
We moved the Rabbit in. We now have enough ink to play the Bell, and we just go absolutely bananas here.
Just insane value. You get what? You get 2 lore and 4 cards. Sorry, 2 ink and 4 cards.
Yeah. And then we get to put the other Rabbit in, finish off the beast. Rabbit goes to the inkwell, draw 2 cards. So we drew 5 cards for turn, got 3 ink, and then sang Friends to draw 6 cards for the turn. Talk about value.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about, like with this deck, like being able to do something like that is crazy. Yeah, I think
I have 8 cards in hand now.
Yeah, I think that's not another reason why I probably would have taken out the Rabbit instead of the Elsa. Like we're down 3 foxes already, so if we want to bounce another Elsa, that's fine. But anytime you leave a rabbit on board, it's just
asking for trouble.
It's asking for trouble.
Yeah. So I think I made this point in the past, but a wise man by the name of No I'm Not once said, "Banish rabbits on sight," and I think that still holds true.
I think so too. Just every single bounce of that card turns that card into a better Hiram.
Yeah, and look, I mean, that Rabbit also banished a Beast and banished a Prince John, and so we now see another Elsa because we drew our entire deck. So we're able to challenge in with Peter Pan because we have only 2 strength characters. Peter Pan goes to the inkwell. Just trying to make sure I did the math right. Paid for. I didn't announce that I moved Peter Pan to the library, but I did pay the ink for it. Always important to keep your communication up.
Oh, just the interaction of just punch, go to inkwell, draw a card is just crazy.
Yeah, I think this is where Bell goes pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And now we're just trying to end the game here. We throw down some lore. We threw down goats. We're just questing out because our opponent only has a 1/2 Diablo, 2 cards in hand. 3rd shift of Diablo this game, important to note. But still,
the sudden chill, there it is.
Yeah, just a little late on the sudden chill.
Yeah, this is definitely a Green Steel is a deck that just like really doesn't want to get in positions like this because it's so hard to get back from.
Okay, and we just pushed ourselves to 17 here. Banish the Diablo, pick up Goat, replay Goat, and oh my goodness,
Oh, you're
Blurple.
styling, bro. You're styling.
Well, I put the style icon down too, so there you go. And put all the boys in the pool.
Yeah, that's a tough one. There's a lot of this matchup is very interesting because there's so much like turning sideways is like correct versus incorrect. I think it's very interesting. I would want to play this. I would want to play this against you a lot. I think.
Yeah, and I think like man, if one of those sudden chills came sooner, if one of the another strength maybe, like anything that could have really swung this in favor, but it was all just no card draw. Not having card draw is what separated this game, right? Me seeing
sure.
the rabbits before Sisu saw the sudden chills. Crazy game.
Absolutely crazy game. I think we're going to an even crazier game with just everyone. I think we're about to throw some stuff. Everyone's about to throw some stuff at the wall here.
Oh. And we have the updated names of Jack Shadows versus Joshua Satterfield.
What? You don't got nothing.
I'm gonna get a drink quick.
Get to see nothing.
And this is why I love ICL so much. Just like being able to see, like revisit like some of the stuff that, like some of the fundamentals that we may have like stopped thinking about, which like includes like killing the rabbit on sight, and like Rapunzel value, stuff like that. How to deal with the three cost rush characters in purple, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's just Affinity. Infinity is so amazing. It's like these are the things that made people fall in love with Lorcana, right? Like, and people just forgot it. Like they haven't had to play around Rapunzels and stuff, and like maybe that's why core hasn't been as fun for some people, and that's why some people still like cores because they play a deck that still gives those chances, those elements to happen, and like. You know, just playing against dogs and Blurple all day doesn't feel as good. Although the Blurple players claim the Blurple mirror is like the best.
That's why I stopped playing Blurple.
I just disagree with them. I disagree
really?
with that heavily.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm all so most of my losses in DLCs this season were to the Blurple mirror, and it was either just like, all right, they saw second star first and I didn't. I maybe made a huge misplay that cost me the game. It's very punishing. It's very high rolly. And I was just like, wasn't about it. And then when I look at Infinity here, man, I wish I could get behind it, but there is still Rapunzel traps in core. It's just called Cheshire Cat. So, you know, it's just the opposite of, instead of healing damage, you move damage. So, and nobody plays around Bell, Accomplished Mystic either. So
they're like, oh, I can play around 2 damage, easy peasy. But then that 3. That third damage is like, bam, gets him.
Yeah.
All right, but we're gonna pop back on over. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. I like had it paused and then like I started editing the screen. Like it's like, oh come on. The funny thing is like it's just like an overlay of the recording. So like Rick and I were chit-chatting in VDO in round 1, and like if the camera overlay wasn't there, like halfway through the game he like joined the VDO and he just pops up on the screen because like he had cast like the day before or something like that, and I had not turned it off. If you know, you know. But now we're gonna jump over to the game. I'm just gonna edit that part out. Sorry. Oh, I'm hitting... Oh, bro. It's because I clicked the wrong button.
There we go.
That is why I went to the normal ICL page. This makes so much more sense.
All right.
Edit it out.
So we have Joshua Satterfield here. Continental's qualified player of season 1. Strong player out of Chicago.
Oh, no. Stop questioning the wrong button.
And then Jack Shadows, multiple Let It Go champion of season 1. Both players, I believe, are still looking for some success season 2. I know that as well, too well. And so we're here with both of them being experts on their deck is what I hear.
Yeah, I know that Josh, me, and Alex Hudson have been really working on this deck for the past week, and I played Josh for like 2 hours a few nights ago, getting ready for this ICL match. So we've been really high on this deck.
Yeah, I think this what we're about to see everybody is a very strong matchup between another mirror match. I'm just going to give it away now. Um this is probably what I expect to be most of Infinity right now is going to be Amber Steel mirrors. And really, how do you navigate these kind of matchups? Because they're quite difficult.
And we do see the Aurora. Importantly, Aurora being able to discount princesses and queens. And what's a very important princess card, Fumbles?
Cinderella, Rapunzel, Ariel. I mean, there's too many of them, honestly. And what this deck does really well is get characters out very cheaply. So we're going to see a turn 2 Ariel, which beforehand was not a possibility.
Yeah. So and there, right
With
there, we
0 to
see it.
hero,
Like
I mean.
we see some whole new worlds. We have the potential for Akuds. We have the potential for anything.
Man, Amber cards are kind of crazy. And look at this. Guess what Jack Shadows did? The same exact thing.
Is he gonna reveal a whole new world too? That'd be funny.
I do believe he reveals a whole new world here. Oh no,
Oh,
Storm.
it's a Storm,
Sorry.
Storm, yeah.
Sorry. Ah.
Yeah, this deck is crazy, dude. This deck is insane. Like just the amount of ink that you can play this early. I think I've played 16 ink worth of cards on turn 3.
Yeah, and so I've been playing a lot of Amber cards as well lately in Infinity, and having Cinderella sing a Cood into like an Ursula Vanessa that also sings a Cood, and then you could start like really snowballing the ink totals here in the with
But you can go like on turn 2 you can go like Cinderella into Naveen and then into another Akud into a 2-drop.
Yeah, talk about the high roll. And so important here is when do you use Whole New World in the mirror match? I think it's very hard to really justify using it right away.
No, like you're almost always looking to use it once you have either Keep the Ancient Ways or Pete online.
Yeah, and so we do actually use it here because our entire hand was Whole New Worlds and an Akud. So this is probably the best time to use it because next turn it gets worse, right?
Yeah.
If we lose that Ariel.
Yeah.
Then.
So and another decent reason here is because Justin only has one singer. So being able to keep up on the amount of singers on the board is very important.
Now we played a Smee, 2 Cindy's, and sang a Whole New World. What a turn! A turn!
And so far, like I'm seeing so many of the same cards on both sides. Like this looks like almost not probably not a 60 card mirror, but getting pretty close.
Yeah, I did see Justin ink a snowboard Stitch.
I think at one point it was in the list, but I don't think it is right now.
Yeah, but if you look in that discard pile, we did discard a 6-cost Ariel. She's 6. The shifted Ariel, which is probably one of the strongest cards in this matchup.
Yeah, that card goes wild.
Yeah, and
if that card is unchecked, it's just insane.
And important to know, we did play Pete here, which again, this matchup really comes down to which is actually the most important card in the matchup, Pete.
Pete and Keep the Ancient Ways. Yep. And now this deck has 8 of them.
Yeah, which is wild. Grab Your Swords flashed on screen here. I wonder if that's a card that would have to start becoming like relevant.
Well, a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people have been saying like going first and singing a Cood into Naveen into Grab Your Sword just like wins the matchup.
Beats up on green steel, green yellow, amber steel mirror. I mean, the list kind of goes on and on, but I think the issue why Grab Your Swords wasn't played before is because cards like Hiram or blue cards in general, there was no use for it. It was almost
Yep.
a wasted card in that matchup. But if blue decks in general fall off a little bit, then maybe it's a good reason to bring back Grab Your Swords.
So now we're seeing Josh without the use of songs here, but we do see an aerial challenge onto a Shmi, and that Shmi does take an extra damage at the end of the turn. So unless we're looking to discount another type of princess here, that Shmi is in danger of leaving the board.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have a Cindy and Aurora here. I believe we're thinking about what we do here. I think I'm in camp of always get rid of your opponent's Aurora. I never want people to cheat out cards for free.
That's probably true. Yeah.
And I think that's what Josh is thinking here too. I think I would want to challenge into this Aurora. You know, the trades on Justin's side aren't that strong. We have one Pete. We could have Cindy swing back into either Cindy or Aurora, but really we want to be singing songs, so they're probably banished anyway. So let's just fight there.
And here is another huge card in this deck and in this matchup too is that that 4-drop boost aerial, because if you don't want a whole new world, what if we just draw cards anyway?
Yeah, that card I've played a lot of in Ruby Amber, being a way to draw cards. I think what a crazy good card in the Noose or the Whispers, right? Mm-hmm. Man, I really like this card. Big fan. Boost 1 is very powerful, as we see Justin ink his own Ariel.
And even in a matchup where everyone's playing a bunch of Pete's, a 3/4/2 lore, that's not bad.
It's a Rapunzel trap right now set up.
Yeah, it's a Rapunzel trap. It survives a Sisu without a coil.
Mm-hmm.
And it just quests for 2. So just like a deck that needed help in a red blue matchup just got a ton of help it just does everything you want to do in that matchup. And here where we're playing a bunch of Pete's, where like sometimes the board, the stats on board just matters.
And now when we're talking about value, right? Let the Storm Rage on is usually the better song here. But when Strength of a Raging Fire also draws you a card and then draws you into possibly another Strength of the Raging Fire, and your opponent's now left with a 1/2, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, this is tough. I think we also got that Pete down in this turn as well.
Yeah, but we were talking about Aurora earlier. If we left Aurora on board, we would have been able to play that Ariel for 3 and boost her for 4 ink. Or if you sang a Cood, you would pay 1 for her. That's absurd. Yeah, I need to talk to somebody at Ravensburger because can't have this happen.
Yellow favoritism. Yellow favoritism. No,
so
that was very, very heads up play from Josh.
Yeah, we see Ariel grab a Strength of the Raging Fire, probably just grabbing an Inkable at this point. Pete was played, so we couldn't sing it. And we just got to be very cautious of our opponent here playing a whole new world, but doesn't have the singer for it. But we do see our Ariel get removed. That's 3 strengths in a row. I'm tilting.
Especially because it's Josh.
Yeah. If it was anybody else, if it was a player we all respect and love. No, I'm kidding.
And this is just the name of the game, like taking out singers and building up your own board, potentially playing another Pete or even to keep the Ancient Ways. Yeah. And it just like starts to really, really lock out the game.
And this is the taking advantage of Pete, right? Justin didn't play Pete. We have a Pete on board on Josh's side, able to take advantage there. We do see an unfortunate aerial whiff, but I don't think that matters when we are this far ahead.
I mean, yeah, we had 3 strengths in a row. We played a Pete. Our opponent only has a singer 4 on board to our 4 cards on board. It's tough.
And not to mention that singer 4 is also just a 1 strength character. Can't take out anything on the board right now.
And looks like we are getting a quest in of the Ariel.
Yeah. Ariel does open up the possibility of Naveen. Rapunzel, but Naveen into Whole New World is what is a really good turnaround here.
Yeah, Naveen into Whole New World into like a Zeus on one of the Ariels is definitely how you start to get back in this game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I would lose brain cells doing this, man. This is too much heads up math here because just trying to figure out in what removal we can draw is important here.
Yes.
But has enough ink for a Keep the Ancient Ways, but decides to play another Troubadour here, saying a Let the Storm Rage on. So both aerials are still alive on Josh's board.
Yeah, now we're like back to a little bit of an even board state. But passing to Josh with a 7-card hand. We're kind of just saying, hey, I hope you didn't draw 2-ish songs plus a Pete.
Mhm.
And then we can get back in the game. But it looks like we're already starting to turn that Pete sideways to saying in a Cuda Moody.
When I start seeing a Coods here, I get very nervous. What could come out? What could be played? And we're gonna shift an aerial here for what was that? 2 ink?
2.
Oh,
And we got to draw 2 cards because of the aerial. Yep.
And then wow, now that Ariel is online, we also can ink and now activate her ability twice.
Yes.
Which her ability says when you sing a song, you could pay 2 ink to deal 3 damage. Which, if you look at the board, it's usually a lot of 3 willpower characters.
And now we are back again to just a Troubadour on the board.
Man, there's like a fire sale happening in the Amber Seal land because everything's half off.
Everything. I think another really cool thing about this aerial, and it matters most in the green matchups, is just like in these stalled board states, just being able to pay 1 to boost that aerial and essentially tell a green player that they can never use Bruno on that on the aerial is really nice. Here we see to Keep the Ancient Ways, discounted Pete, man. Discounted Pete.
Yeah, and a song, 1, but also can give the draw for Ariel if it wasn't already used this turn, since Ariel, the boosted Ariel Whisper is only once per turn. But if that option was available, wow. What, like a Pete that draws a card is pretty crazy.
But yeah, this is how this matchup is looking to go. Is like you're trying to get ahead on board every turn. You're trying to remove with songs, draw some cards with Ariel, and then just play some Petes.
Yep. And so we're seeing a bunch of, I like to call them ding dongs come out here, but this is looking pretty bad for Justin. 2 cards left in hand, and none of them are Singer 5s. None of them are threats really to Josh's board. Really needs like a Naveen to start swinging this around again. But how do you banish a 3/8? That's what I'm thinking.
A Zeus plus a strength.
Yeah, so a lot of resources.
Yeah, and there's their 4th strength from Josh.
Mm-hmm. Gets a little scary when you see the aerial come out, and then another one. Oh man, this is looking really dire here for Justin. And to ink it, the flex of inking it is crazy.
Yeah, and here because we're locked out of songs and we have the board, we just start to turn sideways, and all of a sudden we just have 7 lore on the board with 3 lore standing up. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and Justin wisely saying, "Let's go to game 2. I don't think I could come back in this one."
Yeah, it feels very it's a really interesting matchup right now. I would say if I were to like say for sure, I would say it's pretty die rolly because obviously a Cinderella on the play, and being able to play your first aerial, being able to play your first whole new world, being able to play your first Pete, very good.
Yeah, and I mean you can counteract that with a turn 1 Angel or your own Cinderella, but realistically, you're asking for that to get stormed. So what is the counterplay on the draw? And in the past, it used to be you just don't play the 1-drop. You ink it, you play Ursula or Troubadour the next turn to hopefully avoid getting punished.
And like right now, it's tough to even say that the counter there is counterplay. Like you kind of just like
you have to kind of accept it.
Because if you don't play a 1-drop and they play a Cood, that's horrible for you.
Horrible.
But if you play a 1-drop and they storm, it's horrible. Is it less horrible than if they a Cood out as Cinderella when you have 0 cards on the board? I don't know. I don't think so.
Which makes me think that Angel should be in the decks because it's a 2/2 and that could banish the Cinderella in return.
Yes, probably.
Yeah, I think it was when I was casting with J-Bomb just the other day, we watched an Amber Steel Mirror, and we were talking about that. Whereas like before, you didn't play it, you played the Troubadour or Vanessa, and now it's kind of like you almost have to play your Cindy and demand the bluff, because like if you don't play anything, then they can Accood and play a 4-drop. And if you play a Cindy, well, then they have to take that out and they don't get to Accood. And if they do Accood, maybe you can play removal, or at least like storm their Cindy then to slow them down. So it's like an interesting thing. But then we talked about it more, and it's like, well, what 4-drop are they going to play that your Cindy answers? So maybe it does go back to another position that you don't play the Cindy, because it's not going to do much. Unless you have a storm for their Cindy, possibly.
Well, like the answer would be like your Cindy can sing your own Acud and then play a Naveen to play a Zeus.
Yeah, and like
if you're at
hopefully,
Naveen,
yeah.
All right, let's jump on over again.
It's gonna turn out to be a very much this is gonna be a deck builders matchup for if this is the best deck in a DLC. The decks are going to be crazy.
So Justin was talking to me, and before this this game, he didn't have Naveen's in his list, and was saying, "Oh, I'm doing pretty well. I feel like there can be something. What's missing?" And I was like, "You got to try Acudance and Naveen, because that's something I want to do every game."
Yeah, Acud into Naveen and Acud Naveen Acud 2-drop is just like some insanity.
And look at this. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my goodness,
it's great. Oh yeah, we were just saying, oh, if he has the removal, or if he has the Acud, it's worse. But if he has the removal, it's worse. But like, oh, what about if he has both?
Yeah, and so we shamefully play a Smee here, something that could trade with the Naveen, but I don't think Justin would just give away the Naveen for nothing. We get to play an Aerial now. We have a Naveen on board. We could whole new world here on turn 3, sorry. Kind of still very strong. We did grab a nothing, right?
No, yeah, we whiffed on there. But we just have a strength,
And guess what? Naveen also quests
Oh,
for
nice.
2, but we
Cool.
are going to sing a whole new world instead.
So that's 2 Akuds, a Aerial. I think that's a Naveen that he discarded, and another whole new world from Josh's side.
Yeah, I think Josh had a pretty good hand there if the angel doesn't get banished.
Yes, yeah.
It's probably
That's definitely interesting. Like, yeah, if you know you're gonna whole new world anyway, just like if you see like a strength, you're like, what are you gonna do? Ink it? No, we already inked. So
yeah. Sometimes Aerial is just there just to be on the board, and you don't like that Aerial could have revealed another whole new world, and we never want 2 in our hand.
Yeah.
So, all right, Smee into Cindy. So now we're going pretty wide. Our hero Josh here, only having Aerial on the field, gets banished, and now this looks so in favor of Justin. So how do we get this back in control for Josh here?
Play a Pete.
Play a Pete is the first step.
Yeah.
All right. Justin did use a lot of resources after that whole new world, so the tank is a little empty.
Naveen into Zeus is also
pretty good.
Yeah.
I think you have to go for the Naveen here.
Yeah. So there are 2 ways to go here. You can either play a Pete and hope that next turn that you can start to build up a decent strength, or you can just play the Naveen, take out a thing, and just be like, hey, I hope you didn't draw enough songs.
Oof. We have an Acud coming out. At least it's not strength yet. We did use a lot of strengths and removal for this Naveen. Let the Storm Rage on will not remove it. We only have 1 Zeus Singer on the board.
Hey, I heard you liked Aerial for 2. What about Aerial for 1?
That's going to be on a shirt, right? And we reveal a song here.
It was Whole New World.
It's a whole new world, yeah.
And we can sing it immediately. If we
can. And I think I recall we're thinking about what to get rid of here, and I think we Storm Rage on.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we're most likely in a whole new world here. So we ink this Aerial, play a Cindy. We're emptying our hand here, and I think it's
Oh
Heat-
yeah, I mean, okay. I think at this moment I would probably be scooping it up.
The whole new world, and you
Yeah,
peated.
yeah, there we
Yep.
go.
And we're picking up our cards, and we're looking at game 3.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, man.
Yeah, so they both players had pretty strong starts on the play. We're going to a game 3 with Josh on the play. Notably, because last round was won on the draw, so that Josh gets the choice of play or draw here. And I think with Amber Seal, it's completely illegal to ever say on the draw.
Yeah. I think if someone looked me dead in the eyes and said I want to go second as Amber Steel, I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna look at my deck. I'm gonna look at them and be like, "Are you?"
Do you think there's any matchup you would pick on the draw for? I actually have one
in
in
Infinity with Amber Steel.
Not Infinity. Well, I guess Infinity maybe, but I was gonna say in all of Lorcana.
I think there are a few decks, a few matchups in Green Steel I would choose to go second.
Okay.
And maybe a few in Amber Steel Core I would choose to go second.
I actually think the Dog's Mirror is one that I would specifically want to be on the draw for. Having the extra card, and you could also gamble if you could shift Lady and like Sing Under the Seas or things like that, but you also have the chance to disrupt them first with like an Ursula after they tramp or things like that. So having the extra card though is what matters more, I think, in that matchup.
It's interesting because they could also just, instead of going for the tramp on like turn 3, they could also just try to build up 3 drops.
Yeah. And of course, it depends on hands. It depends on your matchups, but something I noticed lately, at least. But let's see how this matchup goes.
This deck, it is illegal to say.
It is illegal.
It is illegal.
Yeah. If you missed Cindy, but wow, having the Angel to ink, a card that we don't necessarily want to draw later in the game. A very good ink for this and to play Cindy. But if you were on the draw, you could ink the Cindy and play Angel, which is probably your better option.
All right, we got the Cindy. We'll see what goes on.
Oh, and we have it. But it's not a Storm Rage on, notably. So that is a card out of Josh's hand, but I think we'll take it.
So yeah, so we have the average line here.
Ooh, Cinderella.
Cinderella 7 is definitely a card that we talked about being like a potential Muses / Prince John answer. We did find that matchup was very rarely coming down to that.
Yeah, and Cinderella Stout-Hearted, being a shift 5, but you could cheat it out with a Cood is very powerful. And if it were to get on the board, it could help swing this game around.
Interesting to see here that Josh chose to sing the Cood with the Troubadour instead of the Cinderella.
Yeah, because if we were to find Along Came Zeus, we would want the Troubadour to probably sing that onto the Troubadour. Because Strength of the Raging Fire would not banish the Troubadour at the moment. And it looks like because we were planning to sing this Let the Storm Rage On, which deals only 1 damage, but I think Josh was looking, hey, let's draw a card here. Let's find an inkable here, because we did not ink for turn yet. It seems like we just grabbed a whole new world. We need to start inking some cards, so hopefully we drew the ink.
Ink pass.
Inking an Angel when he could have played the Angel is interesting as well. If there was no other inkable in hand, obviously it makes sense, but...
yeah, well, like we did see the Ariel grab a whole new world. We saw him sing a coup. We saw him sing a storm. So I would assume that it's just a lack of abilities. Maybe there's a Naveen in hand.
Yeah, and Justin having a chance here to swing back and stop the whole new world that was just grabbed. Unfortunately, we have the Ariel here grab in a Cood and not in Along Came Zeus, or maybe we could find a way to get a character out. We can't play Naveen here, but it looks like we already have the Along Came Zeus in hand.
Now we're waiting. Now we just pass him back. Say, hey, I have the Singer 5 now. What are you going to do?
And what a chess match, right? What a boxing match almost, of just back and forth haymakers. Like, I remove your Ariel, you remove my Ariel. It's really crazy to see this game. This looks much closer, and it's incredible that Justin looks like he's favored now. But we do have cards like Naveen that could come out. We do have Troubadour that could sing removal onto the aerial. It's a real make 'em havoc kind of moment.
Got a storm, another storm.
And so 2 storms, a strength, and a cood used now. We have the aerial played, and Troubadour is going to quest for 1.
So not being able to get rid of the aerial, definitely huge for here. It gives an opening for Justin to come in with another Zeus, a strength, probably another Zeus on the aerial, and then a whole new world. That would be very huge for this matchup.
Yeah. I always use whole new world incorrectly, but you always want to have your ink up for whole new world. You never really want to empty your inkwell and then play a whole new world, because now you give your opponent a free 7 cards to then respond with.
Yeah. I think it's probably fine in this matchup if you've already played either Keep the Ancient Ways or Pete.
Yes, if you have to make sure you lock your opponent out of actions to do so.
Yeah. Because like you always want to be first to take the most advantage of the cards you're drawing.
Yeah. We have a hard cast Akud here. That is not usually where I would like to be. Hard cast Akud. And I think if I recall this correctly, we do have Troubadour will sing Akud here. And begrudgingly doing so because it looks like our entire hand was uninkable.
Yeah, it looks like we also we really didn't want to turn that sideways.
Yeah, and we have the Pete, so we're able to protect ourselves for a turn. And I think what we're saying here is, all right, we could whole new world here. We don't have to. We didn't ink yet for turn. If we turn this aerial sideways, the 3/4 aerial could trade back. So let's not risk it. We already used our ink for turn, like I mentioned before.
Yeah, this matchup when both players are kind of like in that middle draw area is like very, very interesting.
Yeah. So we're approaching our mid game here. We have aerial we could boost, but we can't sing songs this turn. And Justin, I believe, with 3 cards in hand. But you don't need to shift or boost the aerial when you can just shift on top of it.
That's just a 3/7 now.
Yeah. What a powerful card. All right. So how does Justin respond to Aerial Sonic Warrior hitting the board? That's exactly how I would respond.
We need 2 songs. So we need 2 songs to take care of that, because I think if that aerial lives and survive to sing a song and take out 2 cards, it is tough to come back.
It's tough. For sure. All right. So we're thinking this is a tough turn. We just inked aerial here, but I think we're looking at it as in, what can aerial grab me? If we do have a whole new world in hand, we probably already want to just send it. And I think we're gonna just really risk it here. So we have Naveen. Naveen sings Whole New World, and we had a second Whole New World in hand. They're clumping up today.
So now we're looking for like a Zeus specifically.
Zeus specifically, at least some form of removal here for at least another character on board. But this aerial Sonic Warrior living is real bad.
Yeah. At worst, I think a Keep the Ancient Ways is needed.
Yeah. And so what do we have here? We have a Let the Storm Rage On. Not what we want to see.
This is very scary, because not only are we leaving up the aerial here, but that Troubadour can take out the aerial with a challenge. You don't need a song for that.
And doesn't even be banished in return. But you know what Josh says? I don't even care about challenging that aerial. I'm going to sing Akuda Muti, and I'm going to trigger the aerial Sonic Warrior ability. Get rid of that Naveen.
And every song, just another two ink to take care of a thing.
Yeah, just pay 2, banish a card.
Oh, Cood cost for 1. We sing a strength, take out the aerial, pay 2, take out the beat. Oh my gosh! Just an absolute painful blowout of a turn.
Oh man. Whew. Yeah, 5 ink, and we were on the draw. We're even with ink here. I don't really know. We peated back, so we give ourselves a chance here, but we didn't see the along came Zeus and another Pete.
The Pete's. The Pete's.
We're peating. Did this Troubadour just get played? I'm pretty sure it can quest, but do you open yourself up to a possible like Rapunzel for 1? I feel like because you can't banish it on board, so I think that was probably a safe quest.
I mean, it's the same thing, but like his Troubadour can go into the aerial and get a Rapunzel for 2.
True. Or Rapunzel for yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Oh, and we have look at all the Pete's on board. We currently see 5
dance.
Pete's on board.
We're just doing the dance.
The Pete game referee dance. What we just got like the
Just the
hands up. All right, and Josh, being peated, says we're questing some glimmers here.
Yep, even throwing down a Naveen without a song.
Just like have your Singer 5 available still.
Yep.
All right, now we're doing some trade math here. I don't even know where to start here. Like trading Pete's into Pete's is never where I want to be.
No, but when you're 9 lore behind and you still have to take care of an aerial, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But like the first thing first is like we need like a Zeus, to take out the aerial.
That's the first step.
Yeah, and now I think we can. Okay.
All right, what a response though. Getting rid of both Singer 5s or higher, having your board be Pete, Troubadour, Ariel is pretty good spot. We have 6 ink available, and man, if we could Pete again, that would be pretty good too.
That would be the story of how this comeback happens. Would be 3 Pete's in a row into a whole new world. Take out your dude. Yeah.
The snowball effect of this kind of matchup goes pretty crazy for sure. Okay, let's see here. Really tough turn. I do not envy this because we have 2 whole new worlds we've seen, 2 Akuds, 2 Along Came Zeus.
2 strength.
Yep. So we're about halfway through our resources. And I think we're going to send it here with a Along Came Zeus onto a Pete. Ariel's going to send a whole new world. We had an Akud in hand.
Get the value. Have we inked for this turn yet? I don't think we have.
We have not inked for turn yet. All right. There's 6 ink. I think I made a note that they were only on 5 ink the previous turn, but that might have been 2 turns ago.
I think that was 2
so
turns
much
ago.
So much is happening in this game.
Yeah, because that was when they had just played the Pete and Troubadour.
Yep, and we see the ink of Aurora into a hard casted strength. I think you target Troubadour there.
For the 4, I think so too.
Yeah. So maybe a slight misplay by Justin, but gets rid of the Cindy. Maybe playing around Shift Cindy. Troubadour alone.
That actually is probably something that he was thinking about, especially because he has Cindy in his deck.
Yeah, and so maybe thinks Cindy's in his deck as well. But we have the response of an Ariel after the whole new world. Let's see what we grab here. Ooh, maybe some choices here. Josh is thinking about it, and an Along Came Zeus for the Troubadour being left up punish. Smee into a Cindy, and look at that. We have our board back. Wow. Playing 4 characters in a turn is pretty good when you have 6 ink.
It is. It's super interesting in this matchup too, because like early on, those little dudes feel pretty weak, but once we're like halfway through or 3/4 through all of the removal songs, all of those little dudes start to add up. Like who wants to sing a strength or a Zeus onto an Aurora?
I noticed in this with yellow, purple, and core, but when you just are able to cheat out or play a few 1-drops, that quest for 1, and you're just chipping away. I mean, Josh is already at 9. I mean, we're sitting there with 4, 5, 6 lore on board. That's a 2-turn clock for the win. So got to be a little careful just letting him quest away.
Naveen into another whole new world.
Ooh, and that's a foil promo, Cindy.
Whoa. Look at this guy.
Look at this guy. What a flex.
Flexing on all of us here. Well, I need a closer look at those whole new worlds. Are any of those world promos? Who knows?
No, I do not believe they are Worlds promo, whole new worlds. Justin, a fan of shiny cards, that was a Cindy that he won, and that's why it's being played.
Fair enough.
Him and his wife have an agreement. If it's shiny princess cards that they want to keep, they get to keep them.
Fair enough. And here we go with the
What
song.
a response!
Just a few turns ago, we thought that the board was almost impossible to out, but now we have a pretty sizable board on Justin's side.
And the right hook from Justin with 2 removals, back to winning the board. I think I made a comment to some other people in a chat. I was like, well, we're down 9 lore, but we just won board back. So
and this is where we start to look for those peats and then those remaining removals, because like each remaining removal needs to be used at a very well-timed target, because with the removal getting less and less, we really need to maximize that value.
yeah, and then not to mention, right, like the lore is an actual threat here. If he quests this troubadour, that's 1 lore that 2 characters would have to challenge into.
Mm-hmm. Josh, a well-known tanker.
These are some tough turns. Any misplay here, any misink step would be probably very costly.
Yes.
We see the aerial played for 2. We get an Akud. Okay, so what is our game plan here? We have the Akud. We played an aerial. We're not really dealing with Justin's board right now, but we have the Pete's.
This the starting package of taking back the board in the Amber Steel mirror. Just play a Pete, buddy. Just play a Pete.
Ooh, and the strength to get rid of the 2 lore 3/3 threat on Justin's board here, and get rid of the other 5-cost singer with Along Came Zeus, and that Smee is swinging into Pete with the last 3/3 on board. Feeling pretty confident now that these one strength characters cannot deal with anything.
And here we go, back again, taking the board.
Wild.
Just an absolute haymaker after haymaker after haymaker.
Yeah, so we've seen this shift Cindy
I think
stout-hearted.
two twice. I think he's inked twice.
Yeah. So I think he inked 1 and discarded 1 to a whole new world. So I don't know. You can't. Yeah, I would never play around 3 stout-hearted Cindy's.
3 Stouthearts when we've already seen that he also runs the shift aerial would be pretty crazy. And
snowboard stitch.
Yeah.
Oof. And look at this board back in full strength. A Rapunzel for 1 though. Not really ideal, but that's a really good response. If I was at the 10 lore, if I was the 10 lore player and threw 2 Smees or Rapunzel down, I'd feel pretty good.
Listen, this is oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
This is like the Punisher meme. Wait. Because I'm in danger now, I think.
Oh, Akud, draw a card, pay 2, shoot, take care of a Smee.
A Smee? I'm assuming, right? The only real threatening thing here for Josh is the strength on Justin's board.
Oh, if we have another Zeus for this. Oh,
and that's probably going to target Rapunzel, pay 2, banish Smee.
Just like a perfect answer to this board.
And there goes that beautiful board we just played. We spent 4 ink for 2 Smees. We spent 4 ink for a Rapunzel and 1 for an Aurora. And again, we're back to having no strength on the board for Justin here. 2 cards left in hand.
Freewheeling? Oh, keep the ancient ways.
Keep the ancient ways.
Whoa.
Wow. This game's pretty crazy.
It's just so cool, man. How can you look at this game and not be interested in Infinity Fumbles? How?
Well, because of what just happened to Justin, he passed. Counting the cards left, Justin having 15 cards left in deck, Josh having about the same, 13 cards left in deck. And so, man, what a grind here. But Justin passing because his entire hand is most likely actions.
Wheel.
Oof.
How can you not be romantic about Lorcana?
And so one Pete seals this game for Josh at the moment,
Yes, yeah.
and could pay 2 to banish a character, chooses to do so and banish Cindy. Ballroom sensation. And it's pretty sensational that he's about to clear the board again, it looks like.
Yeah. Here we go. It's crazy because just a few turns ago we saw the choice of taking out a ballroom sensation versus taking out a troubadour, and that troubadour was able to sing, I think, at least one Zeus, I think 2 Zeuses.
Oof. What a
that was
crazy
it.
back and forth.
Dude, it was an insane game. Like,
Yeah.
I was watching that. Like, I was on like if you notice, the card viewer was not keeping up to date because I was just like watching the match when I was supposed to be like actually doing the cards. For a little bit, I was trying to do like every card inked and played. It was just like flip to show it, and then occasionally show some fun cards. But at the same time, I was streaming that to them at the same time. They didn't have to watch it, but if they were, I didn't want to accidentally put up a card that I was like, oh, this would be good. But I did do that once with Tinkerbell and once with Grab Your Swords. I do think Grab Your Swords is actually probably pretty solid right now.
Well, if a Naveen played a Grab Your Swords at any of those moments, that could have swung the game around.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, like, that game went back and forth almost every turn. You cannot tell me that...
Yeah, it was crazy.
You can't tell me Josh won that game because he was on the play. Like,
we
that
know?
helped him,
No.
but about halfway through that game, didn't matter anymore.
Justin had the Ariel and Sang Whole New World on the draw, and Josh had no 5-cost Singer on board. So, I mean, clearly that was in Justin's court a few times. I like the chess clock would have been bouncing up and down probably.
I think there were at least 3 moments on both players' sides where I was like, I don't know how they lose from this spot. And then it was like, okay, so Pete 2 turns in a row into a Zeus. Like, okay, you got it.
And then shift Ariel twice for Josh is probably what really seals it. I mean, Justin dealt with 1, but you can't deal with the second, especially low on resources.
Just an absolute crazy game 3. Very super enjoyable.
Yeah. Thank you for having us cast. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was my pleasure, and I would love to do it again. But apparently, I did also make plans to do something with my family at this point. So we're gonna raid someone, and as you can tell, they're already
always a
pleasure.
pleasure.
Yep.
I'll see you at the next event, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
too,
very
brother.
much. And I guess we still got 10 more seconds here. But, chat, we'll see you again. Hopefully Monday. Maybe we'll do something similar. I think I have at least one more match saved up, if not a few.
Sweet. Enjoy your weekend, man.
Oh, you too. Is
Chat,
there any
enjoy your
events for
weekend.
us to watch? Or
There is a CCQ this weekend, I think.
Ooh, CCQ.
Streams?
Might be, or there's certainly one next week, Calgary.
Oh, yeah. I will be at that board game thing for that. But maybe I can watch it on my phone while playing board games. That sounds fun.
Well, I'll be commentating a local set champ tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I'll be at a set
Well,
champ.
that's something to watch. So check that out, everyone. But until next time, have a great night.
All right, I gotta go pick up my car. Bye.
Bye.
I also got to get out of here.